All right. This is part of the pre-show. The best part about this is when you get to watch me actually put the URL into Discord so you can see it. So nobody's watching this part live. This is only for you guys watching it in the future.
In the future.
So we're going to go copy video URL. We're going to go, where's Discord?
There's Discord.
We're just running a little late, that's all. I'll go at E. Okay, that was a bad at. There we are. Paste. All right. Then generally it'd be nice, in addition to posting to the Discord, I like to go ahead and put this over into the Patreon. So, because not all levels have access to Discord, but I want to make sure that all patrons have access to this. So, it's one of those days, you know? Everything gets away from you. Like, everything.
Including Felicia.
Yeah, wouldn't you agree, Felicia?
Yeah.
Clunky, clunky, clunky.
Never.
Never.
You are not typing.
Did I not click in there? I don't like the URL of whatever the text editor within Patreon. And I don't want to schedule it. I want to publish it right now and publish. Alrighty. Hi! Now that everyone's done watching me fumble with the computer, because that's the best type of content. That's everyone's favorite. Not like Joe could have said anything.
Yeah, I could have said something, but I didn't because nobody's watching. I guess people will be watching in the future.
Jerry's here.
Oh, Jerry!
Jerry's here.
Jerry.
You're ignoring Jerry.
Oh, man.
Come on. We have a feast today, compliments of Jerry.
We do have a feast, compliments of Jerry.
I don't think you can have any of this, though. Right?
I can have the tea.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's tea. She's also compliments of B. Lynch. So yeah, been in as well.
Yes, thanks Lynch for voting me out on Among Us on Friday.
That's, well, you know.
He's doing his part from Ireland.
Doing his part from Ireland, dying for the almighty of Joe.
No, this week it was dying for the almighty Odin.
Well,
you were imposter, what, 3 or 4 times?
Like 3 times? Yeah, after 4 or 5 weeks of never being the imposter. I was the imposter like 4 times.
It's kind of hard to be the imposter when I'm the imposter all the time, so...
Yeah, well, I'm amazed you turned that script off and gave anyone else a chance.
It wasn't my birthday, and we've got James walking in front of the camera.
Oh, that's good.
He's
that's perfect. Oh, no, not again. Oh, well, that's all fine.
Is that a camera?
That over there is the camera.
Yep.
Oh, that's the camera.
That's the camera.
We have multiple cameras.
There's multiple cameras.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's all right.
That's all right.
It's the first time James has been in the studio, and we didn't really point things out because it's kind of like, oh, we're supposed to be on. We better go. So didn't do a whole lot. And I was going to hold off on introducing him until Felicia showed up because, you know, he's kind of Felicia's guest. I mean, I know him too, but...
I don't know.
Tea party.
This is the first time, so...
It's the first time. So, but still, at the moment, it's just us and Jerry and one other silent viewer that's not logging in the chat.
Oh.
As best as I can tell.
We have a silent viewer.
Silent viewer. Yeah.
Mysterious.
Mysterious. But it's all good. What's nice is last week we finished up the Wonder Woman costume.
Yep, I was there for that.
You were there for that.
I was
you were
there
one
for
heck
that.
of a sport for that. Appreciate that.
That's...
You got to show off your back tattoo.
I did.
You did.
Yeah. I made it myself.
You did.
Well, I mean,
well,
I didn't tattoo it myself.
Of course he yeah.
I designed it.
It was amazing. He just like screwed the tattoo gun to the bathroom door, just kind of backed up into it, you know?
You don't call it a tattoo gun.
Okay, the tattoo tool. I have 0 tattoos. And,
right.
And the last time I went to a tattoo shop, which I think was last century, they were still calling it that.
Right.
Because I'm old.
Since then, I guess the word gun is, as YouTube knows...
Oh, right.
Taboo.
Very.
Yeah. So they call it a tattoo machine.
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 Okay. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is a machine.
Maybe they call it a tattoo gun in Ireland. Maybe Jerry can let us know.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Be nice.
Does Jerry have any tattoos?
Did I click something wrong?
What'd you click?
I think everything's okay. No, I'm seeing we're still live. I'm seeing we're still unlisted. We have supposedly 4 viewers, but Jerry's the only one that said anything in the chat so far.
Woo, tea party!
Yeah, and usually...
So what kind of tea party is this? Like, are we like having tea and crumpets, or are we killing people and teabagging people? Like, what's...
I was hoping it was more of a tea and crumpets type of one, to be totally honest. Although the fact that, there was a lot of teabagging going on in Free Guy was pretty fun.
Yes!
So we did go see Free Guy.
Yep, that was fun.
Last week.
It was on Friday, on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we...
It wasn't this Friday, was it?
We called James. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Michael? Mikhail? Is that?
Mikhail? Mikhail James is here.
There we go.
Michael. Nope, still a tattoo machine. And yes, I have many, many tattoos.
Awesome. Good times. I only have the one. Only one tattoo so far.
Well, I'm glad people are showing up. That'll make Felicia happy to know that, she wasn't here. Nobody else tuned in either. So
we're gonna stitch and bitch, but I don't see a sewing machine.
The sewing machine's over there. We'll grab that and get things set up as needed.
Right.
Because I believe what we had talked about was maybe getting some of the vinyl done for Mechagodzilla. Considering I need to wear that in about 2 weeks.
Right, and I think I'm going to probably start doing a little bit of plastic dipping on that.
Cool.
Either today or tomorrow.
Right
so
on.
That, the
it can
feet
get...
and the...
Yeah. Cause
and the diaper can get
the feet,
painted.
the legs, and the diaper and everything you get painted. Right,
Yeah.
because there's not a whole lot of foam. I still need to do the tail. I've got a bunch of foam showing up on Tuesday, according to the shipping manifest.
Okay, HD foam?
Yeah, HD foam. 4mm HD foam.
Woohoo! It is a real bummer that Blick does not carry 4mm HD foam.
Oh, no, they do now. Yeah, that's where I ordered it from.
Oh, but they don't have it at the...
They don't have it in the... Well, they might have it in the stores now, but they didn't the last time I checked. But it's been on the website for about 2 months.
Yeah, the last time that I did a foam run for you, which
Right.
was, I think, a couple weeks ago, they did not have it.
Oh, at the store?
At the store.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they only had 6.
Right.
Right.
Yep. They should have 2, 6, and 10, but the store maybe only had 6 in stock.
Right. Yeah. So.
2 actually sold out on the website for a little while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if, hopefully I think they got that back.
That's fine.
But, I'm glad that...
You don't usually use the HD 2mm foam. We usually go with what the foam for that because it holds detail a little bit better.
Well, yeah, it depends on what I'm working on. I actually, I just used it with next week's prop and a little bit.
Okay.
Very, very little bit. And I used 2mm worth of foam. Mm-hmm. And all of Baron Zemo's 2mm. So it all depends on the project.
Right. Yeah, and that makes sense because you want it to be a little bit more flexible and not so rigid.
Right.
That's one of the great things about what the foam is that it's just really, really rigid and stiff and holds its shape and doesn't flop around nearly as much.
That'll light up if you pull the trigger.
Don't be jealous.
Don't be jealous. Who is that man? Well, that's James. But, I was considering letting Felicia do the full introduction, but, however it works out.
Well, we've got Strict Aphid, Benin, and Trash Panda.
And Trash Panda, sweet. Good morning, Trash Panda.
Good morning.
It's, 4 a.m. for you or 3 a.m. for you?
Oh, boy.
Trash Panda's in Australia, so, yeah, it's kind of fun. Sweet. Yeah, it's fun. In fact, I think more than half of our current viewers are not in the United States.
Yep.
Now, I brought down another coffee. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Yep, we've got
I got a third one. Okay, good.
Might need a fourth.
Excellent. So one of the fun things is the next 3 weeks we're looking at doing a bunch of cons, right? Like this weekend is Silicon, the weekend after that is SAC Anime, and the weekend after that is Stockton Con. And I actually have a booth at Stockton Con. I'll actually have a booth space, and I'll have like an art exhibit set up. I won't be selling anything, but you can come by, and if you happen to be in beautiful Stockton in Northern California, you'll be able to come by and actually see the props and take pictures and things. That's the only one right now that I've got confirmed at all. The last time I talked to Brandon about being part of the panels, he's still got no word. And if you go actually to the Silicon site
panels
and look
are up.
No, the main panels are up.
Right. All the other ones are not.
All the other ones are not. Yep. And there's tons of other subcategories, and none of them are up. So I don't think that Brandon and us have exactly been snubbed, but looks like they're con crunching too.
Yep.
So
I've been suspecting that they're running quite behind themselves.
Probably.
And
yeah.
I wonder if it has to do with the Delta variant. They're not sure. Are we closing it? Are we not closing it? Are we closing it? Are we not closing it? It looks like it's actually going to go through since we're a week away.
Right. Well, I think what the big deal is, and this is what happened last time and why a lot of cons didn't close down until the last minute.
Right.
As I understand it, if the con closes themselves, they just eat it, right? Because they closed. And they're responsible for all the site fees and all the stuff that they've paid for to secure having the con. If an order comes through saying that things have to be canceled, insurance will cover it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Sucks for us. But
sucks for us.
Yeah.
And so I can't be upset or blame any of the cons anywhere, because I believe that is a universal thing with insurance. Right. I could be completely wrong, but that's the way I understand it.
So you get penalized for being proactive.
So you get penalized for being proactive, but if mommy told me so, then okay, sure, we'll cover it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is totally not what they teach you when you're growing up.
No, not at all.
You have to take responsibility. No, just...
we have an armored blue shell.
Yeah, if you are in first place, I would be worried.
Apparently we're not, because the blue shell didn't go for us.
It just passed right by us. It's like, these losers,
no,
moving right along.
Right along. Detlef P, good evening. And Daniel Jackson, hi Odin, hi Joe, hey Daniel.
Hi.
Hello. So Felicia's just running a little bit late. It's been a Sunday. Just one of those days. But she's going to be here. So for the time being, Joe's popping in to help out.
Filling in.
Yep, filling in. She's only 15 minutes at this point, so not a big deal. And wandering in through the background is a good friend by the name of James. James was the owner and creator of the shop Decades Costumes, which where I met Felicia and where I met James, and how Felicia got to work with Smosh. James will come on and talk to us. I was kind of hoping once Felicia was here, because I thought she'd be all excited to introduce him. But I'm not going to stop him from playing around with stuff and walking around, because look, I think he's having fun.
I think he's having fun too.
You got some thumbs up there. There we go. Hey, Jack of all trades is here.
Hey.
Kara's here. Hello, Kara.
Oh, we've also got...
Got Daniel Jackson, Detlef P, man of the plan. Howdy, partners.
Mikhail says, how's the fires this morning? We are officially gone from California. The smoke is not too bad here in Sacramento. Last I checked, it was unhealthy for sensitive groups.
Right. I think it still is probably unhealthy for sensitive groups.
I won't give you my tea bag. I'll just hold
here.
on. I'll hold on to mine.
You might want to unplug it. Yeah, it's just easier to pour. You don't have to, but it becomes easier to pour.
What, to tether it? Like
to tether it with a 1 foot cord?
Right. Mm-hmm. Nice job, guys.
The smoke isn't so bad here in Sacramento, because we had some wind yesterday, which was kind of nice, except for the people who were trying to fight fires, because it managed to jump Highway 50. So it's gotten to be pretty big, and it's one of the closest ones to Sacramento that's gotten as big as it's gotten. But it is predominantly moving away from us. When I look at the heat map on some of the maps, it's the size that the fire has consumed is very close to the size of the actual city of Sacramento.
Right, and from
not,
what
not
I
the
understand,
full Metropolis sprawl.
Last I checked, it was 0% contained.
It is still 0% contained.
Wow, and I think because we've been getting a lot of Delta Breeze, it's been pushing it away from us. So
every time the Delta Breeze comes up, it kicks up. Because it jumped from like 700 acres on the first night then it got up to 1,000, and then the next day it was like 40,000 or 8,000, and then 40,000, and now it's up to 80,000 acres.
So if you guys aren't familiar with California geography, Sacramento is in the center of the Sacramento Valley, right? Like
right. Yeah, we have two coastal ranges on either side of us.
Right, and so whenever we get fires, it likes to just kind of pool in to us. Like we just get clogged with smoke. But the Delta Breeze, which comes through the Delta,
river?
Right? Yeah, from like San Francisco, that area, it nicely pushes it away from us, and yeah, we like the Delta Breeze.
We like the Delta Breeze, yeah.
And sometimes in the fall, it smells like salmon.
Yes, sometimes it does. But yeah, I've actually been watching the fire a lot because I've got friends that live out there, and it's close, and it literally has me worried. It doesn't have me worried for the city. It's just got me worried in general because it's close enough to places that when I read the name of the map, I've been there. I know them. I drive through them. Whenever I'm going up 50, I'm aware of this place. I was shooting up there earlier this spring, doing some aerial footage for a friend, and it's just, yeah.
And I think Ellis was telling me that one of their friends lost their house.
Yes. Yeah, they were telling me that too.
Yep. And then back when the Paradise fires were happening,
we have
one of our friends lost their house. And somebody didn't make it out. Yeah. Right. So there's wildfires here in California are becoming a new season for us. It's
with the extreme drought and everything else is getting to be extremely right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it goes fall, winter, spring, summer, ash.
Right.
It's the ash season.
It's the ash season.
Yeah. It's snowing. Ash.
Yes, it is.
All the time.
In fact, I was plastic dipping a prop yesterday, and I let that outside, let it dry, and I come out, but it's honestly, it's really hard to complain, because those are some really minor problems, comparatively speaking.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Super minor. So,
right.
Anyway. Jared Prop said, I saw a video today of MegaCon in Orlando. Yes, I've been seeing some pictures of MegaCon, and there was another one that just happened. Adam Savage was posting stuff, and so was somebody else. I'm not remembering right now. And yeah, the cons are looking really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's. It was fun doing a couple of swap meets during 2020, early 2021.
Right.
But having a nice big con to go to will be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. This weekend will be the first big con that I've been to in almost 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be able to bring the Gundam out,
right,
that's going to be fun and hot and amazing.
And fun and amazing, yes.
So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I'm hoping that Silicon does not cancel at the last minute.
Right.
Because
by the way, there's no threat of that. I'm just speculating because we haven't gotten our itinerary for being presenters yet.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's all. So we're not trying to be doomsayers.
No, definitely not, because we don't need the Delta variant ruining those plans.
There's no link in the Discord. What?
It's in announcements.
I put it. Kara says there was no link in Discord, so a bunch of those were lost. I put it in announcements, like I'm always told to.
Maybe you're supposed to put it into the into the Sunday live stream.
Well, I don't know. Every time I put anything anywhere else, I'm always get told by the moderator that I have to put it in announcements.
I'm looking at you, Nora. That's all right. I think it'd be safe for us to put it in both places.
Yeah,
in the future.
I usually do. I was just running a little late today too. And also, Kara, notice you have a Pixar mug.
I do have a Pixar mug, but it's not mine. It is Odin's.
It is mine. It was given to me by a Pixar employee, Athena. Athena gave Odin a Pixar mug, and a book and a journal and a travel mug and yeah. really cool. It was really cool getting to meet Athena and her husband and her son, and we all got a little tour of Pixar, and that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I'm really, really happy you and Ellis invited me.
Oh yeah,
because that was awesome.
Yes,
it felt like it felt so good being inside of Pixar Studios, is just geeking out.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So.
Yes, lots of art everywhere.
Very, very cool. Yeah, and at that point they had just announced Onward.
That day they announced Onward was coming out, and because it was just tweeted, then Athena was actually allowed to tell us the name of the movie. Otherwise, she wasn't even going to be allowed to tell us that.
Right. Yeah.
And Toy Story 3 or 4?
4.
4 was still in production while we were there. And they'll put up a bunch of little art boards and things like ideas on how to do stuff. So the Toy Story one were all like postage stamps with a little tiny tight light on it and on its art wall. They're all toy size. And they still had designs up for background designs and color boards for Coco and and The Incredibles 2.
Right.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
In fact, Athena's husband is an architect, by trade, trained architect. He builds the houses and buildings for Pixar.
Which is such a cool job.
Yeah, such a cool job.
Man.
But someone's going to grab some coffee. Let's see. Something's going on at Odin's today, but I can't figure out what Detlef says. I don't know, Felicia. How do you feel?
Yeah, I can't tell you.
Can't quite put your finger on that one, huh? All right. Jerry Rigg got the link from Discord. Yes. Oh, Rebel Base Build is here. Hello. I see that James from Rebel Base Builds, you changed your Patreon hand to Rebel Base Builds, so that'll be appearing in the thank you crawl at the end of the upcoming weeks because Patreon got updated. So good, it's been updated.
Yay!
Yay! And on cue, James wore the hat that James helped us build.
Oh, nice! Good stuff. Good times.
So cool. All right, I think this is probably.
I think so too.
Brood.
My poor fingers.
Oh, you're allowed to take a break? Is it a break?
No, I'm just drinking tea. What's going on?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you're allowed to take a break.
Oh.
Oh, no. We're not allowed to take breaks. We have to be on air, entertaining everybody for the full 3 or so hours.
Yeah. No, dance, Joe, dance!
We can take breaks. It's
excuse.
Well, we're not taking a break.
No,
right, so we're always going to be on air.
We're still on air.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to do something funny?
Yeah, you want to come?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is James. Come on. He wants to do something funny.
I kind of want to add this.
Oh, sure.
Can I touch it?
Yeah. It'll pull off the little wing form that it's on, so you can pull the little pop out.
And would you
then
like
if you
me
look,
to get it turned on?
I didn't want. Okay.
There you go.
Now I'm turned on.
Now you're turned on.
I'm not invited.
Good job, Joe.
I'm not invited. Okay. Now I'm turned. Oh, doesn't this look good?
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. Is this like a rockin' outfit? I want this outfit.
You know, it kind of works.
It does. It's like. I just need a couple of arms.
Come on forward so
come on forward in the light a little bit more.
The patrons can see you.
Kind of in the dark back there. Yeah. There you go.
This is fabulous.
Oops.
Oh, I could win an award for this. It's not mine.
It's not right. Well, the upper body is.
I do own this, but we're going to make one of these.
Right, we'll make one of those.
Can you believe that Odin and I worked on this helmet for a week?
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5
finished it in a week.
Freaking amazing it is.
Thank you.
It's so detailed.
Yeah. I wish the internet had
it weighs
as much appreciation for that because we worked our asses off and we did not hit any of the metrics we were hoping to hit.
Not at all. And now Blizzard's gone and exposed their ugly underside and yeah. So we had a whole nother World of Warcraft build brewing up and it's like, oh, we'll put that one on hold. I don't want that stink on me.
Yeah, which sucks because
it only weighs a pound
too.
Yeah, well it's all made from EVA foam.
Oh.
So it's all
You need to tell everybody where to get the foam. Well, I know the pattern's fabulous. Oh my god.
So I think that was made with HD foam, and HD foam you can find at Blick art stores.
Correct. In fact, that's the only place you can get HD foam. HD foam is exclusively sold at Blick Art Materials.
Yep.
You can find Blick Art Materials online, and if you order a certain amount, the value changes every week, but they almost always have a coupon for free shipping. Usually you buy 3 rolls and get them shipped to you free. Yeah.
Well, not easy, but I mean, to make, okay. But award-winning. You will be on famous everywhere.
We're hoping that the Gundam cosplay at least hits 1 award when we're at Silicon.
Right.
But so we can.
If I was a producer, I would hire you.
Thank you. Trash Panda says, "Dude, leave the bag in." What? Supposed to leave the bag in the tea?
No. Okay, so we're a little bit of tea snobs here.
Yeah, everything has always told me. Okay, one, I'm excited that these teas aren't the flat American full of sawdust tea bags.
Right.
Because if you dissect an American like Lipton, if you dissect a Lipton tea bag, yeah, it's got sawdust, a few hints of tea things, and if you actually smell the tea, it smells like grain. It doesn't smell like tea.
Right. So.
Oh, sorry. Tea opinions.
So there's if you look at the package, it gives you instructions that you are supposed to steep it, and steeping is when you put the tea bag into the boiling water, into the hot water, and then you wait the amount of time that it says on it, and then you take it out. Mm-hmm. So
right, and the temperature of the water and the amount of time it steeps varies on the type of tea. Right. Black teas and really dark teas are typically 4 minutes. Green tea is 1 minute. And green tea is actually cooler water than black tea water. Right. It's still hot, but it's like 10 degrees cooler.
And I usually steep my green tea for 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. But what I'll do is I'll boil water, let it sit, let the water sit for about a couple of minutes to cool down a little bit. Then I'll steep it for 2 minutes, and then I take it out. And you don't burn your tea that way.
And of course, you can really taste it with green tea when you burn it. That's easy.
Yep.
Another big exception to this, of course, is herbal teas. Herbal teas, no, you leave the tea bag in for as long as you want.
Right.
It doesn't have the tannins and stuff in it that the regular tea does, so it's not going to give you that burnt taste.
And you'll see on a lot of herbal teas, they'll say let it steep for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, as long as you want.
It's like, well, yeah.
As long as you want.
Right. But when you're going with black tea, you can't just leave the tea bag in.
And the Irish blend tea's got to me, it has a stronger caffeine content, more like coffee.
It's good. Yeah, it's a nice strong tea.
It is. It's a good tea.
The tea that we usually drink is Lapsang.
Right, which is a strong flavored tea, but it doesn't have this much caffeine.
Right, it's nice and smoky,
right,
which is delicious. Another nice smoky tea is Russian Caravan.
Right.
Yeah, which
would be Pete's back when
the ball on that one.
That'd be nice if that would exist somehow again.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about being a feel of dread. First actual. Oh wow! Michael James says, "I meant to tell you that we saw our first actual thunderstorm yesterday in Alabama in 10+ years."
Wow!
Doesn't thunderstorm like that in California? No.
we'll occasionally get thunderstorms, but they're usually
we'll occasionally
mild.
get thunder.
Right. They're mild.
I spent a spring, the end of winter and spring in St. Louis. I was there for maybe 6 months. It wasn't there very long. And during that time, there was a couple of lightning and thunderstorms, and they were fantastic to go outside and watch because nothing like that in California.
Yep.
And I was told, oh, that was a little one. I was like, dude, it's like the 4th of July. It was great.
I used to go back east every year to visit my father. And usually in the summertime, a couple times in the winter when I was younger.
Okay.
But summer thunderstorms back east in Connecticut are glorious.
Oh, I bet.
There's a huge downpour, lots of thunder, lots of lightning. Like, they are terrifyingly amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. Which is weird because I freaking hate wind. Like if I was a bender from Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would not be an airbender. Nope. I would probably be either an earthbender or a firebender.
Okay.
Maybe a waterbender. but not air.
Not air. All right.
And I like flying too, which is weird.
Right.
But maybe that's because I'm surrounded by a metal cocoon.
Sure.
Which is not at all, I don't know,
the same
reassuring. when you're
you just let other people in. It's like, well, I'm trusting in you. Drink, please.
I'll let other airbenders fly.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah,
exactly. And someone was trying to give Michael James was trying to give me a compliment there about Odin needs to do commercials for Blick because that was practically a read. Thank you. Let's see.
Get SKS Props to give us the hookup.
Right, that'd be nice. We need to get the OdinMakes.com up and running, which is happening. It's slowly happening in the background. The hamsters are running as fast as they can. But when we actually have a legitimate website, we should be able to get associate links again and be able to have associate links for Blick. So if anybody wanted to buy HD foam through our associate links, it would help support the channel.
Why should we wait for a legitimate website when we can have an illegitimate website?
Well, I did it before, and they without an actual web page, when it was just linking to YouTube, and it worked for a couple of months, and then I got this email of "Dear YouTube page." Detlef P says, "I prefer duct tape tea."
Bezos caught on to you.
Well, it wasn't an Amazon link.
Oh.
It's the same type of plan, but was through an different party that actually has a better split.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yes. But yeah, no, Bezos doesn't share at all. Daniel Jackson says, "Welcome to Tea Talk with Odin and Joe. New weekly series. Each week, a new tea. This week, we're having Lion's Gold Blend delivered direct to me and us from Jerry Prox and Ben and Lynch, shipped from Ireland itself. We also have some Tesco biscuits, some potatoes, and something else I forgot about.
Some other biscuit, right?
And another biscuit, Toffee Pops.
Toffee Pops. Yeah.
But I remember mentioning somewhere that we got Tesco biscuits, and someone got super excited that, you have Tesco? I was like, yeah. Of course we have Tesco. It can't be tea on Tesco biscuits, right?
Right.
Whoops. I clicked this. I pressed the... No! Quit doing that. There we are. Okay, good.
So, Jack of all trades is saying...
I can second Joe. We have a thunderstorm right now here in Massachusetts.
Thunderstorms are awesome.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So have you ever been to Miskatonic University, Nora? I never did ask you that, because I know they're in Massachusetts, and I just, used to have a Miskatonic University t-shirt. So, fun stuff.
I don't know what that is.
H.P. Lovecraft. It's
oh, okay.
While he turned out to be not the nicest of individuals,
right.
kind of a product of his time, I do like his story and his mythos. And Miskatonic is
he's dead, so
he's dead, so
who cares?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, people do still.
Well, okay, yes, and people should care
right.
about what a terrible person he was, but he's not benefiting from his creation
right.
any longer. So
no, and
so you can give him the middle finger all you want.
Yep,
and it's great, and enjoy Cthulhu and Lovecraftian stuff. Without any fear that he's going to benefit off of his creation.
Yep. And it was nice that he and a bunch of other writers of his time shared. Actually, it wasn't this super closed. No, that's my copyright like it is now. There's a number of other, like Edgar Rice Burroughs, I think, wrote some Cthulhu books. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, fun. There's only one copyright thing that I can think of that where there. Whoops.
That was not live.
Where they actually had something pulled, and that was
the middle wrist piece may be in backwards.
Oh,
there's.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh no. Sorry. There's a third piece.
In Dungeons and Dragons, there was the deities and demigods.
That's right. There's an extra piece that goes
book.
in there, but it's fine.
And the first copy of the deities and demigods book actually included Cthulhu.
Yes, and one other. I think.
Right. I forget who it was, but.
Maybe it was Hellboy.
Maybe it was Hellboy.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Yes, and the BPRD or whatever it is, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't quite remember those acronyms very well.
But they actually had to pull that book and republish it without it.
Yes.
Like it's considered like the illegal version of Deities and
We both worked in comic shops in different decades, and as opposed to a whole different decade that's here in the building. And when people would bring stuff in, that was the first thing you'd always check for. Is, oh, you got the first edition Deities and Demigods? Yeah, there's no Cthulhu. No, this isn't the first edition, but yeah, it's cool.
Right. And I mean, the Deities and Demigods books are one of my favorite things to look at with D&D stuff.
Right.
I played way too much D&D as a kid. Yeah. Anyway,
we have somebody else in the building now. In fact, we got somebody that we're accustomed to seeing. Hey, Felicia, would you like to step over and say good morning?
Good morning. Sorry I'm late.
It's all right.
It's been a crazy morning, but I'm here.
But you're here. That's good. You didn't get caught up with any of the fires, or like aliens from space didn't step in your car or something.
Well, in a weird way, the fires did have an effect on my OS. I have to replace my air filter on my car because it's choking up because of all of the smoke in the air. And anyways.
Right. You know, I don't drive my truck that much, but we changed the air filters in the house. I didn't think about the air filters in the car.
Yeah. No, it's totally making it drive like crap, and it's difficult. Yes. I'm short. Didn't pull out my step stool.
You weren't here.
Anyways. But yeah, so car things and stuff and Sunday mornings and
things
hi
and stuff.
Everybody.
Hi.
So I'm late, but whatever. It's a Stitch Bitch. How are you doing, James?
Doing good. James has been doing that all morning.
He's been the
Joe.
hands off on the side of
Starro's guest appearance on Odin Makes.
You know, I was trying to hint, hey, why don't you go get them? But you know, Joe isn't super. It's like
having too much fun.
Having too much fun. But I'm glad
have tea.
We have tea. There's still some water if you would like tea. I actually washed your poison cup.
Sweet. So, how has it been going? What'd you guys talk about? Have you started on Mechagodzilla? And can I ask you a million more questions before you have a chance to answer the first one?
Yes, no, and yes.
Okay.
But not in that order.
Okay.
Okay. We've just been talking. We've been talking to people. It was interesting. I put the link up, and it didn't populate to everybody. I went at everyone and put the link up for the stream, and almost everyone missed it. Jerry was the only one that saw it. So we talked just to Jerry for a while, and then people started popping in as it got shared. Talked about how you weren't here. We've had James entertain us a little bit as he popped in and out of the back, and otherwise, you know, we were just happy looking at the stars.
You know, the star power that I work with here.
No, what's not fair is I don't think you've seen the movie. That's actually a line from the movie.
I have not yet.
It's actually one of the better lines that Starro had in the movie, I thought.
Also, one of the things, when we don't have Felicia, it's really hard to get the live stream started.
Apparently.
The tea is a star.
Oh, look out. She's going to teabag you, Joe. We're almost ready to go to... We're ready to have our public offering here.
Finally, I got here before...
Man of the Planet is pointing out the pun game is strong today. I see the pun is strong with you.
As long as you guys find it funny.
Yeah.
At least it's not fishy.
There you go. I had a friend that always said, if the pun is the lowest form of comedy, that makes me the lowest form of comedian.
I thought that was fart jokes.
Okay. Well, that's what my friend always said, but fart jokes could work too.
Yeah.
Well, that works, you know, because fart jokes are in like every Disney trailer.
How can you not laugh?
Right.
Just saying.
Pumbaa, not in front of the kids.
Exactly.
Didn't they leave that out or something? I don't know.
They actually left all the sound effects out, and they never actually said the word. but every way they could possibly hint at flatulence in the movie, they did. Without actually saying it.
Okay.
Or having it as a sound effect.
Nice.
There is no alcohol in our tea today.
Nope.
Nope, unfortunately. Sort of, not really. I've never drank on my show, so...
Yet.
Well, there's that, but...
You talked about maybe, like, having...
I've talked about it, yeah. One of the things I remember talking about early on was doing a video, Props and Beer, where I would make something and then talk to somebody else. We both have a beer, and then I would kind of tell them how I did it, and so it would be a little more, you know...
Sort of like drunk history, but...
Kind of like drunk history, but drunk prop making, yeah.
Drunk crafting.
And I thought that'd be great, because then I could have beer as a tax write-off, because it was something important for the show. But
makes sense to me.
Yeah, that didn't happen, because Odin Makes was available. It's like, oh, that sounds a lot nicer on my liver. Well, it is noon.
And is it time to go live?
I think it's time to go live. I see Joe snuck off.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he did anyway.
Yeah. It's okay. We're just live. That's
We're
all.
just live, yeah. Now I can't find the end of my... There it is. The end of my string instead of just pulling on my hair. All right.
I'm going to eat some of the nice cookies because they say nice. Except for these ones look like that one. But I pulled them from that.
Do they actually say nice?
Nope. They do not. They look like this one.
Oh, they are the malted milk ones.
But I pulled them out of this end. They
Tesco,
lied.
you loaded them backwards. Why color coordinate something if you're not going to bother to follow the colors? All right. Odin calling Disney out. What, over fart jokes? Whatever. All right, we're going to go over and click over to being live and public and let everybody come in and say hi. And you know, as you guys know, this is a Stitch and Bitch. There was hopes of maybe getting some crafting done, but that's not the paramount thing of this. This is the extra time to actually get to talk to all of you.
Yes, we get to talk about how the project went, what we liked, what we didn't like, what we would do different in the future. You know?
Public, done, save.
Public?
And privacy is set to public. Changes saved. So
many phones.
That was the exciting Patreon only. I always say that, but you know, it is actually. I really enjoy having a little bit of extra time set aside to be able to talk directly to the patrons, to be able to get to see their comments specifically and individually, and then I also like the fact that since it's all the same stream, it's able to carry over, and everyone in the future can see it. So that's kind of nice. But it is noon. Welcome to everybody, whoever everybody might be, who may be coming in. I may be announcing it a little early, but it's the right time to say welcome to the Sunday live stream. Hello, I'm Odin with Odin Makes.
Hi, and I'm Felicia.
And I'm James Hall.
And James Hall is here with us as well, which is very cool. For the next couple hours, we're actually not specifically working on a project. We might pull out Mechagodzilla, hopefully we will, and we'll get some sewing done on that. But the idea right now is it's the wrap-up. It's the Stitch and Bitch. We just finished putting together all the pieces for Wonder Woman. Joe was nice enough to wear it for us last week. And now we get to talk about what it is that we liked about it, what it is we might do differently for next time, and let you all know that I'm supposed to be going to cons for the next 3 weeks. So for the next 3 weekends, you get the weekend off. Yes.
So we'll have a nice little vacation and we'll be back in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Because this upcoming weekend, I'm supposed to be going to... I keep saying supposed to be because there's details that haven't come into play yet. And it's like, I'm supposed to be there in like 5 days. But anyway, Con Crunch. I was supposed to be part of a panel at Silicon Valley Comic Con, but it's now called Silicon. And so still waiting for 100% confirmation on that, but we may still end up going down anyway, even though I don't have a ticket, and at this point it is the most expensive way you can buy it, and I don't actually have the funds to do that, so we might just go down and hang out outside. And then in 2 weeks is going to be SAC Anime here in Sacramento, and same thing. I know for sure I don't have booth space there, and that's totally cool, but we haven't gotten confirmation on getting badges for that.
Okay.
So we might end up just buying badges to go to SAC Anime, which is like, all right. But I do have a booth space, and I will be having some props on exhibit at Stockton Con. That's going to be the second weekend in September. So that'll be at the Stockton Arena. I will probably be upstairs in the promenade again with some of the other people who actually star in movies and television programs you watch. I'll be mixed up with them, which is pretty cool. Last time I sat across from Darth Vader.
Really?
Yeah, not David Prowse, but the guy that works for Lucasfilm that has the same body measurements and wears the Darth Vader costume for any pickup shots they might need. So he's been in the last couple of movies. And he does all the public appearances and television commercials and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. And C. Andrew Nelson's a really nice guy.
Way to fit in.
Yeah. And next to him was one of the mercenaries that the Mandalorian killed at the very last episode of or the second to last episode of The Mandalorian. You know, there's like that cliff scene. They're standing on the cliff doing the whole Western standoff, and you've got 3 named characters you know and 2 guys in the background that are the red shirts from Star Trek. Yeah, he was one of the red shirts. But, you know, I would totally be a red shirt in The Mandalorian. No problem.
Right?
Yeah.
Totally. So,
hi.
That's exciting.
That's exciting.
You have a fun few weekends coming up.
A fun few weekends coming up. Did I just steamroll over anything you were trying to say?
No, I just said hi.
Okay, good.
And we got some tea.
We have some tea. We have a guest.
We have a guest. So
Felicia,
let me introduce James.
Yes.
So you guys know this is the James Hall from Decades Costumes Shop. He has done Decades. He has owned Decades Costume for
35 years. Yeah.
35 years.
But I closed it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yes, but this man is my amazing mentor who has taught me everything I know.
Awesome.
And you know I love you, James, right?
I love you.
So we're having him over at our Stitch and Bitch so we could sit and talk about Wonder Woman.
Is that what we're doing?
And Mechagodzilla.
Are we doing Godzilla? Oh, wait.
Yes, we're doing it all, and no, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. It's all just up in the air. It's kind of a...
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Costumes. That's what we're talking. Costumes.
I will go ahead and bitch about anything.
Costume. and you're welcome to continue to walk around and grab things and wear stuff like you were.
I was trying to entertain, but anyway,
okay.
So yeah. What's Godzilla? Where's the rest of the Godzilla? And I know there's a Wonder Woman hanging somewhere.
Right.
Well, she's in a box. Godzilla's in a pile.
Well, isn't that supposed to be
Mechagodzilla.
ready for today? Okay, we got Godzilla. Okay, so come on.
Well, Mechagodzilla needs to be ready for Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
So I'm currently crunching to get that one done.
Okay.
The Gundam, which is a giant robot, that one is ready. It's upstairs. So that
Are you joking me?
No, I'm not joking you. Gundam's 1979. It's one of the first giant anthropomorphic transforming. Not like Transformers where you turn into a cassette deck, but he would like change modes transforming. Okay. He was one of the first ones that did that. And that costume fits Joe, the guy that was just here.
Right.
And it's a full bodysuit costume. Yeah. And we made all the parts here as a show.
God.
All right. Well, make sure. Well, it's about 100 yards from here, but we'll make sure to take you upstairs and show it to you.
We are live, and my phone is not on silent.
We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
This is crazy. I mean, are you saying that you have a robot that does something?
Well, in the show, it does something, but the costume is just articulated so you can walk around in it, right? But so it's a human form.
Can I do it as me?
I'm not sure if it'll fit you because it's sized to fit Felicia and Joe.
Oh, right. They're tiny.
Right.
So, okay. But, when are you going to show it?
When am I going to show it? I've showed it in the show. It's actually, it's not a huge ordeal to bring it down. But it's just all upstairs sitting on its mannequin.
It's almost ready.
Well, no, it's ready.
Ready.
It's ready. The big con debut for that is going to be this weekend. Silicon. That was the big plan. Was to get it down there. Yes.
Oh, and I don't even.
Oh, we're super excited for it. Okay. And then Mechagodzilla is the next weekend. I want to take that to SAC Anime. Because Mechagodzilla needs his tail done, and I need to finish doing the undersuit because he's got a vinyl like accordion undersuit, and then all the foam pieces that go on top of it.
All the joints.
So
do you have this on video?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All these are on the internet.
You can all check this out.
Oh yeah.
It's all on Odin Makes.
Yep.
So yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
I don't even know anything about it. This is cool. So what's your next project?
Let's see, the next project, I'm working on a large demon lance for a massively online role-playing game called Dungeon Fighters Online.
This is a lance.
It's a demonic lance, so it's rather fanciful.
Right.
It needs to be painted. It's not painted yet.
Okay.
Because, the video is only coming out Wednesday, so why have it done?
Right. Well, at least tell everybody about it.
Oh, sure.
So, okay. Oh, no. This is not happening. Oh,
Shadow.
It's just plastic dip right now. Yeah, it's the shadow version.
This
and of course,
is what I deal with.
It's double-ended, so...
Okay, get away.
It's another eyeball
my
weapon.
Outfit with my mask.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I need to have this for Halloween. Oh man, this would be like in a movie. Yes, definitely. Now, how much time does it take to make this?
I've got about 4 days in that so far.
Is it done?
The build is done. I need to paint it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of dry brushing in the middle with some reds, up to maybe a little bit of orange. All the blades need to become silver, and then some of the blades and some of the parts in the handle have like red leopard spots. So
wow, wow, this is like the original.
So is Joe gonna help?
Maybe.
If you can convince, ask him very nicely.
Ask him very nicely, exactly. But yeah, and in fact, there's it's an update for the game, so the video is timed with the game's new update, and this is one of the new weapons that'll be available on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
For Dungeon Fighters Online.
So you got a sneak peek?
Yes.
And a sneak peek.
Use the description of this video to help support Odin Makes. Go to Dungeon Fighters Online and get yourself a bunch of silver and a gold cape.
Oh.
Which is actually legitimate. I just don't have the link yet because the spot hasn't been approved. So
there's
no link right now. But there is a link to her channel in the description.
Oh. Yeah. Still working on that.
You got videos up.
I know. Still working on it. But how is your Mechagodzilla butt coming?
That's why we were here to talk about
your
butt.
We're here to talk about my butt? Sure.
Well, the Mecha butt.
Well, the Godzilla butt.
Mechagodzilla, yeah.
Mr. Race says hello. Thomas Hughes TV says hello. I'll go get the Mecha diapers in just a second. We've got 78 viewers right now, so we've gained a few.
Well, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. This tea's pretty good.
Marital? Yeah, I think Marital Turnip 8 says, so a guy at Decades has worked there for decades. That's funny.
Decades has been around for decades.
Yeah, it's long gone, though.
Yes.
It's 35 years, yeah.
All right. Brian Zappo's got a huge friendly hello to everyone. Brian Zappo says, good evening, Odin, god of foam props. Go! Go Gundam Joe. Get Stitch It Together, Felicia, and Mr. Hall. Big shout out to Jack of all trades, and all hail the mighty algorithm.
All hail the mighty
algorithm. All hail the mighty algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
Algorithm.
There you go. So I hope you guys got your duct tape coffee and or tea for today's Stitching Bitch.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So you're asking about the diapers. The diapers haven't changed much since the last video.
We haven't gotten to the main part, have we?
Main part of what?
The main part of the Godzilla. Did we?
We're finishing up the... Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
We got the main part.
And then the other part was?
We have to do the joints. So we have to connect all the pieces.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
And that's where it's tricky. We have the solid foam pieces.
You guys, have so much. Oh my goodness.
So I got my diapers.
Oh!
Mommy, wow!
How do you make this?
Yeah, those are some big pants to fill.
This is fabulous. Okay, talk about Godzilla. Okay, so
and there's one of the thigh pieces and one of the calf pieces. Joe's actually going to start painting this stuff, I think, tomorrow.
All right.
So it'll all be uniform.
Yeah, so it'll actually be silver like Mechagodzilla is supposed to be.
Godzilla.
Upper leg, lower leg, so it's all the jointing that goes in between these pieces.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
So, hip
How
joint.
do you hold? Yeah, that goes there.
What? That's the front.
Yeah.
Okay, then it would be this leg because this is the kneecap, and this leg.
All right.
So it would be like this.
Wow, where's your mannequin? Come on.
Yeah, I haven't got around to building a mannequin yet.
We don't have an Odin mannequin yet.
No.
All right.
But right, so that's the upper and lower body.
I'm very impressed. Okay, back up.
And
So I've got a piece that goes in here. So I've got the waist piece because that's smooth. I've got the accordion pieces made for the elbow and for the shoulder. One of the things I was hoping we might look at doing today is trying to think about how to get all this stuff to put on, how we can put it all on, right? And if the sleeve is able to get pulled in through the hole, so I put the body on, and then I can just slip my arm completely through a full sewn sleeve that has the foam pieces that can even just sit on, right? So if it's sewn to be close to my arm, the minimum it needs to be in order to fit inside the foam, so there's room. We could put the foam over the accordion pieces while it's off of me, and then I can put my arm through it, and then it'll just hold the foam in place. It might twist, but it'll just hold the foam in place as a way of being able to hold everything. And then if I had a little bit of a yoke on the upper shoulder, it can just go into the hole with straps that hopefully can get
tied in the center.
Tied in the center somehow once this is on.
So you'd want to kind of get a string from shoulder to shoulder to hold them together.
Because we'll be doing that to the Gundam as well. We'll be putting straps that goes across the back to hold the arms up.
Yeah. Because you kind of have it's a joint. It's the most tricky part of an entire
thing.
Let me go grab the arm joints so we can talk about it.
Wow, this is amazing. You're almost done with it?
Yeah, I'm almost done with it. The only big foam piece I have left to make is the tail. I'll be doing that this week. So yeah, it's just
So how do I tighten this up? No.
This doesn't get tightened up. What I've got is there's a waistband that fits around inside of it that is worn like lederhosen.
Right.
So that.
Yeah.
So that's all that is.
That's easy. It's just a suspender, so I can put this on top.
Yeah, if you want, you can just put that on top. Nice. I'm not wearing a mic this time.
All right, we're looking good. Oh my God, this is crazy.
Do you need a hand?
Crazy.
Oh, hey, thank you.
So, joints.
And what's funny is, even in the movie, there's no articulation in the hands. They just spin and the fingers fire off. But you can't have projectile weapons at a con. That's always a no-go. So my fingers are just glued in. But that's all he does.
Wow, that is so
That's all
cool.
he does in the movie. And
you made this?
Yeah, I totally made this. It's a lot of fun.
You can make this. Ow! This is so cool. Oh,
is this the right side?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your...
This goes on the inside, and that goes on, and the tattoo goes out.
And
I don't know why Mechagodzilla has arm tattoos.
Okay,
so what you're trying to do...
So what I was looking at doing was, if it was just a bit of the vinyl, right? Because you'll end up seeing it; it'll peek out. So if it's the same color, who cares? If it was sewn from the valley of one of the, so remove this piece and just sew it directly to the valley here, and it's a sleeve about the size of a T-shirt, a little smaller. It would just pull inside of the costume, and that way, I just thought that would be, because it's been talking about how to do this and how to put it on that doesn't become really weird.
Yeah.
And the straps still are kind of weird because there isn't really an easy way to get into this because it's not made that way.
No.
I made it so the collar is solid because of the way the neck sits. So it opens up in the bottom, so it becomes this kind of, even pulling straps to pull this on is still a fuzzy. But
so you can't put on the shirt before you put on the
so
vest.
I can't put on the arms before I put on the vest. No, I have to...
Put on the arms post-vest.
Post-vest, exactly.
And what's the best way to attach them?
Under the vest, yeah.
Tied behind the neck, secured at a strong anchor point.
Right.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh, good. I'm glad it makes sense to you. And then I think ultimately I'd put the lederhosen on first, put the mecha diapers on, right? Yeah, I have to put the mecha diapers on first. Slip the legs on, probably individually. It's much like the arms, where they're all just sewn together, and then bring those up to additional straps, or they clip to the hosen or something.
It gives you sympathy for Victorian ladies having to do their boots before their corsets, and then they have to...
Right.
Yeah, you have to think about these things. You can't just...
Yeah,
it's
order of operations.
Yeah, order
totally.
of operations. Yeah, you definitely need probably a good chunk added and then just a full strap.
Yeah, then just a full strap, exactly. Yeah. And even if, and do the same thing from here to here where the other accordion piece goes.
Yes, this
which
piece.
is attached there. And even if this is just some of the duck cloth or burlap that isn't vinyl, so there's like a place that sweat can actually absorb.
Yes, like a sock.
Like a sock. That would be fine. And so that if that attached to the arm, and then maybe the end can just Velcro to the upper arm or something. So
I would do Velcro if you want these removable. Just do a full, like, measure this circle and then sew that circle to here so you could just have it.
Just have the two pieces Velcro together? We can do that.
Because either that or make it permanent so it's an arm piece, but if you want to be able to just have short arm, you know, like how much arm do you want?
Yeah.
Attached at the moment. Because you could treat it as one piece or two pieces, but I would just make it a secure full.
Okay. That's cool. I'm good for that.
You're good for that?
I'm good for that too. That actually was one of my first plans too, was just to do a kind of a Velcro thing, but I hadn't really thought it through.
So,
but I'm totally cool with doing that.
I would take this circumference measurement and then this circumference measurement and probably take your cool comb program.
Right.
And just figure out that pattern piece.
Okay.
And cut out that circle a little extra of this, and so that it just kind of smooths in.
Okay.
There, and then we put the connectors on both sides of that.
Gotcha.
You know, connectors as in snaps or Velcro or whatever you have on hand.
It'll be Velcro.
Velcro, yeah. But yeah.
I'm sitting here wearing just the chest, and all I can think about is I need to put on the rest of Bumble Scorpion's head, right? No, I don't want to put that right now.
He's right there.
He is right there.
He's taunting you.
So,
turn around. I want to see the back. Oh, that's cool.
There's a slot in the back because there's dorsal fins that Mechagodzilla has, so those will Velcro in on the, and that's the way to hide the zipper.
I'm glad you did that.
And there's a little hole drilled in one side of the back because I put a knot on the pull string for the zipper. So when you pull it down, you can then tuck the string up inside and then put the dorsal fin over it, and that way the string doesn't hang out of the back of the costume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Now that's a bravo.
Yay! So we need to figure that out, and then we need to make the joints for the hips and the knees. Right. I know we started circling.
We started doing some patterning for this.
Yes.
Yes.
Here, let's get these out of the way because we're starting to fall over these now that we know what we're talking about. Do you need help out?
Yes, actually. I usually do. This isn't something I can get out by myself. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Odin, you said you wouldn't wear pants in your costume. Yes, I did say that. Guess what? I'm wearing shorts!
Or nothing.
Honestly, I suggest getting a pair of those cotton thermal underwear because it's like wearing a pair of socks with a sweaty shoe because foam is very much like a tennis shoe, and I just suggest having a nice cotton barrier between you and the foam.
Yep. So I actually do have a pair of the long thermal underwear, the long johns, whatever. I've got a pair of those. Yep. I also have a black morph suit, which does not absorb moisture, but it does, keep your skin from direct contact with the foam.
It's something.
And it keeps your skin color different from. That's actually what Joe's going to be wearing with the Gundam is the black morph suit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, I prefer cotton ones if they can have a cotton spandex
Sure.
blend, but you don't always get to have that specific of requests on Amazon.
No, you don't. There is a dance store that we could probably go to up in Citrus Heights. We might be able to get dancewear for Joe.
Yeah. I definitely do like dancewear. It is more comfortable, breathable, and meant for movement.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if they'll have it in my size, but they'll have something that'll fit Joe.
I wouldn't put it past.
Okay.
Just a sourcing.
Just a sourcing thing? Okay.
I wouldn't put it. Yeah, it's not out of the realm.
Out of the realm of possibility.
No, not even close. Yes, but when I look at stuff in Amazon, I'm often looking at the fiber contents. Because I'm like, this is just going to be full on sweaty. Oh, yeah. This has natural fibers in it. This has a stretchy fabric in it. Okay, I can understand. Because you don't know what you're getting until it arrives. No, you don't. You look at the picture and you like this picture better than that picture, but it's just the same few images that they use over and over again. So it can be a gamble.
It can be a gamble. Detlef P's got a great question asking me if I'm going to put ventilation in the suit. A little bit. I've got a bunch of holes drilled in the back already. I'm going to drill some more in the back because the Mechagodzilla's back isn't directly against my back, so I want to put some more ventilation holes there. I've got a number of ventilation holes in the head and around my head, but no other real direct ventilation. It doesn't zip up tight like a wetsuit. It's got a bunch of places where it'll leak, but I'm building it with the way that I saw it in the movie. So
yeah, so there are natural venting spaces on this costume. Yeah. So there's like at the bottom of the vest, it naturally pushes the air out as I push that off the table. Like at all the joints, you kind of have an escape spot, but what I really recommend is some kind of like wearing a cotton layer or Under Armour or some kind of fabric that likes to wick.
Yep.
Again, live. That's my phone.
That's all right. I could barely hear it.
But
you can answer your phone if you really need to. I don't anticipate really blocking off the armpit. Like I don't see a need to.
No, it's just attached to
the things will be there, and if it just stops, then that's a yeah.
So if you have a long sleeve sounds like it's going to be hot, but I think a long sleeve shirt underneath would be cooler, long term than a short sleeve shirt.
Well, also I won't have all the foam and seams and things that aren't as forgiving as fabric rubbing up against me, because they'll always rub in pretty much the same spot. And I'm sure there's other cosplayers out there that are familiar with, even though it's foam armor, you can still get armor fleas. So
get what?
Armor fleas.
What's armor fleas?
Armor fleas, I've had a number of friends that wore full plate mail armor for the SCA. And as you make your armor, if you don't get it sized exactly for you, when you bend and move, the plates will close up like scissors and pinch you or take bites out of you. And that is an armor flea. And you can always, it's a very common thing to see with the guys at the SCA. They have all these little tiny bruises on their arms and on their knees.
Oh, yeah, at the costume shop, we had them wear long sleeve, the padded stuff underneath it. Because otherwise, yes, that happened, but I didn't know it had a name.
Yep. It's called armor fleas. And foam armor can do it too.
Well, we had knitted shirts and thermals and things underneath.
Yes.
No, you're supposed to do that, but fantasy films always just have plate mail on the guy, and that's all he's wearing, and so people do that, and they pinch themselves. Yeah.
But now we know.
But now you know.
The more you know.
Knowing is half the battle.
Right.
That's why it's all foam now.
Right. Nightfire and Greenfire Demon Mob Boss is asking for a Ghostbusters Proton pack.
You built one.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yes, James built one.
I did out of a backpack.
Well, isn't that how they did it?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So, did you want to talk about your Proton pack at all?
It was...
no, okay, maybe not, but...
I used cake plates for the circle parts. Oh, it was bad. But it worked. Oh, and I took out of the computer the long strings...
Yes.
Out of the computer, and I attached them to the cake plates, and then I attached them to the...
Yeah, that's
it worked.
Rainbow SCSI cables,
and then I put lights behind the cake plates, and anyway, it worked.
They looked amazing. So.
Hey, Maker JP.
Hello.
Cool. Hello.
This is too dense now.
What's that?
Oh,
you left the bag in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Diane Fallen, it says, Odin, can you inform me on the next 1974 Mechagodzilla video? Yes, right now the plan for the next video is going to be immediately after SAC Anime, because I want to get some footage of SAC Anime and put that into the video. So it'll be the week after that, so it's going to be the 8th, I think. Right now is the plan for the next Mechagodzilla video.
So, eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Working on it.
Yep.
I'm going to grab one of these cookies.
Please do. Marvel guys asking me if I consider revisiting my Thor Ragnarok helmet video and maybe make the 2011 helmet. Make the 2011? Oh, right, the 2011 helmet, the one from the first Thor movie. I could, but I'm not sure if I would improve on my Ragnarok helmet much over what it is. I don't think...
You're pretty happy with that one?
I'm pretty happy with that one. Yeah, there's certainly things that I'm better at doing at this point, but I don't think it would improve enough.
I think they got excited because you redid the Captain America.
Oh yeah, totally. Because there was
So redo this one. Now do that one.
Right.
But the thing is now you can.
Now I can. If it depends on what pops up and what if. The redoing the Captain Carter shield worked out for me because it was even though it was only slightly different, it was a slightly different shield, and so that was fun to do. Yeah. And also, I got to talk about the yoga ball and doing the robot for the Dayglow video, which was kind of fun.
That one was fun.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that yoga ball's lasted through all of that, especially how many popped.
Yes. I think I've only popped one. But,
okay, well, I've seen.
They pop.
They pop.
They pop. It was, when it deflated, it was like, oh, wow, that's got a really strong latex smell. It was way more latex in the yoga ball, in the makeup of the yoga ball than I had expected for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Mr. Race has asked me if I ever thought about making a GLaDOS potato. I did. There's a GLaDOS potato on my TikTok. I haven't ported that over to YouTube yet.
Isn't that in your case?
It's in my case upstairs, yeah. Mr. Rooster is asking for the oxygen destroyer, which I'm surprised. I'm legitimately surprised. I'm not, as I really kind of think about it, because that thing pops up in all the Godzilla movies, but the oxygen destroyer gets requested a lot.
So maybe.
So I think I probably need to make an oxygen destroyer.
That's going to have to happen eventually.
Yeah. Eventually, probably a beta unit maybe at one point too for Ultraman. Kind of looks like a lightsaber, but it's without a blade. But it's the thing that.
Well, if you make Mechagodzilla, I think you have to make a way to defeat him.
Right, because Gundam didn't defeat him. Yeah.
No, isn't Gundam smaller?
Oh yeah, technically yes, Gundam's a lot smaller, but Mechagodzilla and Gundam fought in Ready Player One, and Gundam did not win. He kind of ran out of time because they had this weird mixture of Ultraman and Gundam, because it was Ultraman in the book, but they didn't get the rights for it in the movie, so they used Gundam instead. But they still kept you only do it for 30 minutes, and then the pollution in the air makes it so Ultraman can't be Ultraman anymore. So then Gundam, although it was instead of pollution, it was like he focused his chi so he could be Gundam for 45 seconds or something. It was like, this is a really weird mechanic. And then once I read about, it was supposed to be for Ultraman. Well, that's what Ultraman does, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, people are very active in the chat. Thank you, guys.
You were asking me to go get something else. I started talking. Okay.
I figured we could pull things apart and we could math the circles out, because that's
that'd be cool.
That's the first battle, is figuring out
the circles? Sure.
But I think we already started that.
We did in the legs. If we want to just focus on the arms, that'd be fine.
No, it's okay. We can do the legs. I think the arms is the easy one, because you just do the numbers in the computer and you're done. But the hip joint, because you want it bigger on the outside and smaller on the inside, because you need more yes, accordion action.
Yes, on the outside, as well as
legs need space.
Space to walk, and there's so
you still can stomp like this, but you can only waddle so much.
Yeah, which isn't a inaccurate kaiju walk, but.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but I'd rather not. But I was actually thinking if they were just sickles and we had 2 or 3 inches of just flat vinyl between them.
Yes. No, if we totally did it more like a moon shape.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's nothing rubbing. So
there's nothing rubbing between the thighs.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like an accordion on the outside.
Yeah, that would
give you the jointing and the movement.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. I think that is completely doable.
Oh, good.
Do you know how many how many accordions? Or should I pull out the toys?
We can pull out the toy. I can pull up a picture. I believe it's 4 for the hip. Is all there is. There's just 4. There's either 3 or 4. I think there's 4, but there's only 3 that are visible. Like the 4th one is attached to the pelvis. And we can look at the toys, but I remember that they're actually almost more complicated than the real suit.
You can't even hardly see them on this toy.
Right. You do end up getting stuck with the artist's interpretation when you're looking at the toys. The smaller one I still feel is more accurate to the show than the bank. The bank is, that's what it is. You can certainly tell what it is, but
it's really clean. But this one definitely has all the wrinkles from the foam bending at his hip joint.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's neat that they both have this same light and dark coloration that's not present in the movie. This may be the way the suit was when production started, but as repairs happened during filming, all of his shading disappeared and he just became solid silver.
Also, lighting can do that too.
This is true.
I've had that happen to sets where I'm like, I had more color than that, and it's a little blown out, but okay.
Mechagodzilla reference pics.
2. This one only has 3. And it definitely has that flatter edge that you got on
the hips here's got 3.
Yeah.
There's 2 that are visible, and then there's one that's attached and one that's attached.
Yeah.
And then there's...
The knees look like there's a lot of accordions in there, but they're squished.
But they're squished, yeah.
Like your elbow joints.
Right.
You guys can't see these. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry you can't see these. I'm looking at some... actually, I found some reference pictures of the suit from the beginning of production. So,
Here,
but they're all black and white.
camera 3 so they could look at their thighs of these lovely Mechagodzillas.
Although I think the focus is back a few inches. I end up working here, so my habit... Well, not right here, but I'm at this level. So I end up putting focus... Because I got a pretty small field of...
Okay. Well, there you go, people.
Oh, did it? I haven't cut yet?
Didn't.
Oh, I thought I did. I'm still used... What the heck? Cut. There.
There you go.
Now, will this stay?
And now we got a little box to be in.
Hey, now we're in a box.
So we got only like 3 little, but the knees.
I'm basically seeing 3 in the knee and 3 in the hip. So I'm seeing 3 here. And it's falling down so like there could be 4 with the 4th one sitting on 3 and 3 is fine.
I only see 3.
Yeah, so 3 and 3 is fine.
And it doesn't seem to be any ankles.
No, there's no ankles and there's no wrists. It's just hip and knee. And then the upper arm's the same way. It's just shoulder and elbow. And it's lower than the elbow, but whatever.
Okay, so that is doable. Okay, so we need 3 repetitive of the same.
Yeah.
Here, we can...
I can go dig for some of the patterns that we made previously.
We could go back to normal.
And if you'd like, you're welcome to...
say hi.
Say hi to some people, see what they're saying. Actually interact with the fine people from all over the planet.
Well, hello, people. Or are you trying to kill me? James is having fun with all the props.
Yes, that's the Curse Crusher from Onward.
Andrew Sheffield, woohoo, made another live stream. Well, welcome, Andrew. Sorry, I butchered your last name.
That's our specialty here.
The Kelvin wants to know, hey, Odin, do you eat mushrooms?
Yeah.
Ew, gross. No. And then Rick, C137, says, hey, Odin, are you going to see Marvel Chan-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings, or is it Chai?
I'm not sure. Yes,
Chan-Chi.
I will see it.
Yes.
Who's asking that now?
That was Ricky137.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do intend
or
on
Rick
seeing
C.
it.
Not Ricky, Rick C. Wrong letter. And then we have Harry Mulicia saying, Felicia! Hello.
It's a point in time when we suddenly had to move things around, so my piles got very disturbed.
What are you looking for again?
The pattern pieces.
Oh, the ones we started, the paper pieces, they probably will look like scraps. Honestly, we can start over.
We can. I kept setting them. Well, I had done some for the hips that were very much off of the size of the pieces.
Okay.
And we can start over, but it's just things suddenly had to get cleaned up and moved for something, and then somebody else helped me put everything back, and so I don't know where it's at.
I 100% understand. Pattern pieces look like scraps of garbage all the time, and it is so hard to find them. Hey, I know what that scrap of garbage looks like. Because that's my ugly handwriting. No, that's your handwriting, huh?
That's my ugly handwriting.
Yes.
Don't you claim my ugly handwriting.
No.
Well,
is this...
Wow.
This definitely needs seam allowance.
Yes. For vinyl, that needs some seam allowance.
Yeah, I do a full inch of seam allowance.
Full inch on either side? Okay.
Full inch on this side, at least.
Okay.
Because you have to sew it right sides together, and then when you flip it, and then that's where you lose all of the...
Oh, okay, when you start flipping it. And...
Yeah, and then you can stitch it anyways.
Okay. Oh, right.
It eats it up, doesn't it?
It does eat it up.
And you had to go up bigger sizes, didn't you?
Yes.
So I would go at least a full inch.
And then not sew the first seam on the final target.
Yes.
And that was a mistake I did.
Wiggle room, yeah.
Right.
It's hard to explain that, but I also do know that fabric's really stiff and difficult to turn.
Right.
And that is exactly what we plan on doing with it.
Yes.
So.
I saw Gunny Brown says maybe Felicia and Odin can make a cosplay suit from RC for the original Transformers. I actually have talked about doing an original Transformers suit, but I was more interested in Soundwave.
I've always wanted to like have a Barbie car that could like drive.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
You know what I mean? Like dream costumes, you know?
Right, exactly.
One day.
Eventually.
Goals.
So,
So, this is a good starting point.
Okay.
What do we have here so we can explain to people what this lovely crescent moon is?
So what we're looking at here, this crescent moon was the pattern that we had started like a month ago for the pieces that will go around my upper thigh. This is what's going to connect the upper thigh of the costume to the pelvis of the costume.
And leaving this part.
And leaving this part open, which this may close up a little bit, depending on how it goes, but whatever, I'm not worried
Honestly,
about it.
this is a good...
It's a good amount. Yeah.
This is, yeah.
Okay.
I remember sitting with you when we were doing these numbers,
right.
So I know that this looked
you remember
right,
this.
and that's why
okay.
it's like, I know you have something to start with. We're not starting from zero.
No.
Because you were laughing at me while I was struggling on the dress form, trying to get that together, because it's a lot harder than it looks.
Were we laughing at you?
We were laughing at me, because
okay.
I was smooshing and smooshing and smooshing, and I was trying to do the front half to the back half when you should have done the
This
top
is the
to
video
the
that's
bottom.
not out yet?
Yeah, no, that's totally not out yet.
Oh, that video, right. So, yeah, we were all laughing at you at that one.
You were laughing at me right there.
Okay. A little bit.
While I was struggling, but you were also struggling yourself, so I didn't feel too bad.
Right.
Because the patterns. But I think this one really is the right shape and size, but it does need seam allowance.
Yeah, so we can do that. Would you like some brown paper from team to retrace this and make seam allowance?
I'll get tape and a ruler.
Okay. I'm seeing some, as I look over to the side really briefly here and there.
Did I leave this here? Because this looks like mine.
That's probably either you left it here or it just got dumped into one of the projects.
Okay, that also makes sense, because I've had mine getting decorated lately.
Okay. Mally Thiessen says, make a prop from the Tales of Arcadia series. Is that the upcoming League of Legends show that's on Netflix? I've been looking at the trailers for that, and I like the way that show looks.
I like Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla is fun. Darth Vader says that they will do a Captain Rex from cardboard.
Ooh. I really like cardboard as a medium. I know foam's fun and all, but...
Right. It just... Foam, for me, does... well,
once you get into it and you have it and you're using it, you go to what you know and what you're working with. So, yes, I love it.
It's compound curves for me. I can get a sphere out of foam. And to get a sphere out of cardboard is doable, but that takes more effort.
Yeah. Like, I expect to have a piñata working with paper.
Yeah.
I expect it to look like actual something working with foam.
Fair enough. Perfect.
But I've seen all sorts of things happen. We'll be fine. Question. Do you want to keep it the full circle right now as this pattern piece, or do we want to divide it in half and have it on a fold?
I don't think it's symmetrical.
You don't think it's...
I don't believe it's symmetrical.
You're right. It wasn't.
Yeah.
So we do need this full shape.
We do need the full shape.
Okay, can you tell people why it wasn't ending up being symmetrical?
I think it's because we have to have more movement in the back because the legs don't go backwards as much as they go forwards. So there's actually less accordion in the front than there is in the back. And then in general, just with the shape of the mecha diapers. Hello, Baron Zemo. You're looking very purple.
Can't see.
Come on, step forward. Yeah.
James is having fun in all the costumes.
Just to be technically accurate, this character is famous for dancing. There you go. Not that he ever did in the comics, but people love that one 2-second scene, if even that much in the show. But so in order to make this fit the costume as it is currently made, the butthole, the leg holes that are in the butt are not is not symmetrical. So
yeah, do you have that picture linked? in your set of pictures? The one where we're trying the pattern on? Because you might be able to show people.
That pattern?
That
no,
photo?
I do I have that photo? I can dig through my Google Photos really quick and see if I can find it.
I think it was like shared before. Because that would show exactly what this pattern piece is.
I've got, was it shared before?
Yes.
I know.
I think you shared it on the Discord.
Okay, so not through the live stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought I saw it on one of your...
I gotta go back a little ways here.
Yeah. A few props ago. It's been a
props
while.
ago.
You know, like I made that dress for him how long ago now?
No big deal.
Yeah, no.
Oh look, there's us on Endor. There's us working with James from Rebel Base Build.
And
Okay, so there's
the mega butt, but it was after we did the...
I didn't see it here.
It was from my camera.
Oh. So here I got pictures of me in wearing the mecha diapers and wearing the thermal underwear.
Yes, but it doesn't have the one I'm talking about.
Because it's on your phone, yeah.
Let me send that one to you.
Okay.
Because I think these people, it would make a lot of sense. You know?
You want to make sense to the viewers?
It would show them what pattern piece we're working on.
There we go. Got that taped on. I'm going to go get my Google Pictures out of the way so I can actually see the chat. Von Woodland, we always having fun in this channel. Super cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're having... Yeah, we're having fun. I'm glad you're having fun, too. Oh, Troll Hunters, Tales of Arcadia, and you'll find 3 series in the movie.
Hunters.
Oh, that's Troll Hunters. There's a new League of Legends show coming out that's Arcane something, so that's how I got it confused. Sorry. Schultz Division, hello. Right back to you.
Oh, here we go. I found it. I'm sharing it to you.
Okay, good. Jazz Falco says, hey, Odin, I made my Black Knight costume using your spray-painted sweater method for the chainmail. Do you know of a technique to make it more breathable?
You can use a fabric medium. Cotton fabric is your base layer because if you're using acrylic, that's not going to breathe.
Right.
So I highly suggest a cotton, and then you can also dye it. But yes, fabric medium.
So there's no way to reverse make it breathable now that it's been spray painted.
Now that it's been spray painted, it's just getting the holes in there, like so reopening them up. So just making
just wear it or crumple
breaking
it up.
the fibers.
Throw it in the throw. Yeah, pollute your dryer with all sorts of paint flakes.
No. I would suggest. So you're gonna want armpits mostly more than anything else. You can cut out the extra and kind of reinforce it, but you can focus on the areas that you really do need to add more breathability, but also wearing a cotton shirt underneath it should help. Or an athletic shirt that wicks moisture away from your skin. That's going to really make you way more comfortable long-term in a costume.
Definitely.
So, hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense. Shoes and socks, people. Shoes and socks. Right?
Right.
Okay. One more piece. This needs to be scooched that way. Good thing it's all...
Oh, right.
Because that's not quite...
We can add a piece here.
Yeah, we'll leave it for now. Because this is a full inch.
I want to share this with my upload to my folder.
Working on showing the weird pictures to y'all.
Yep,
sorry, people.
Getting there. Real slow. It's an Odin Makes live stream when he fumbles with technology. Come on, old man, just push the button.
Don't worry, we're just live in front of a global
audience.
Digital audience. Thank you for being here. Past, present, and future peoples.
Yes. All right, we're going to go. Now I need to open up a whole nother program so I can
share this one.
So I can load it into the switcher so we can actually put it out. Yes.
And I'll laugh if it's in the switcher already.
No, it was perfect.
It wasn't? Oh, okay.
It's very similar to the other ones I was talking about. It's just not the exact same pose you sent me.
But isn't that a cute pose?
It is a cute pose. I just wasn't seeing it pop up.
That's the cutest pose of you. No, I'm sorry. Hey. Sorry. Oh. Sorry, people. I am a terrible person and still haven't put my phone on silent. Shh.
Just keep talking about it.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at me.
Well.
Keep doing the thing I keep saying sorry for. I haven't stopped.
I can pop the picture up, but the computer's so nice it didn't put it portrait. So there I am flying.
So this is Odin's jet propulsion in progress photo. Isn't that how they make his flying shots?
Pretty much, yeah. There's a whole secondary suit, a whole secondary prop that looks like the Mechagodzilla. It's a lightweight flying dummy. It's not nobody's in it. And
well, that's not a nice way to talk about yourself. No.
Because I'm totally not lightweight.
Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble.
Oh, come on. It's all good.
All right.
Stay.
There we go. You did stick it in the same date. All right.
So you have to search for it. It's not on the newest folder.
Yeah, it didn't percolate to the top to new, which is fine. Thank you for helping, Google.
You know, it has to go to space.
Yes, it has to go to space. All right, now I need to go away and come back, so we'll refresh. This is totally why you should have another person here doing this.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do. Oh.
Don't worry,
great.
we will have a nice 3-week vacation and we'll come back pretending we're professional again.
Right, that'd be great.
Ooh, what should we make when we get back? That's the big question.
That's a great question.
We have 3 weeks to figure it out.
Is it just called Image? Okay, that's one of the reasons I can't find it. Good, and this one's actually got the right orientation.
Oh, you won't be flying. Oh no.
I won't be flying. There, is that better?
That's better. So this is the pattern piece that we have in that picture.
Oh, I do actually have the pattern piece in hand there, don't I?
Yeah, because what are we trying to figure out right there?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, exactly how that fits to that shape. And technically speaking, that's me wearing long underwear. So there's a picture of me on the internet wearing underwear.
In your diaper.
In my diaper. You're welcome. And James is back with a Viking axe.
We're all mad here.
We're all mad here.
So, yeah, it really does need the seam allowance.
Yeah.
Like, looking at that picture, I'm going, it's just hitting right there where we want it to hit.
That's where we want it to hit. Yeah, well, that's the way I make foam stuff. So,
yes.
This is the shape I want.
Yes, the finished shape. But in order to get it that after we've sewn it together, we definitely need some seam allowance added to that.
We'll do that. Once again, Jerry Props and Ben and Lynch, thank you for all the treats you sent across.
Thanks for supporting our tea party.
Yeah, thanks for supporting our tea party. Now I'm chewing. Marvel guy keeps asking, actually, about if I will make any props from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've thought about it. A couple things come up. There are a couple of things on the list, because I have a list of possibilities that I do actually refer to from time to time. At the moment, I've got a couple of things lined up, so I haven't looked at the list in like a month or so, but because I know what I'm doing. But when it becomes, all right, what are we doing next? If it becomes the, I can't remember which one had which weapons. Did Donatello have the bow? Who had the bow stick? But anyway, we'll just make that, which is basically a closet rod, right? We're done. It's all right.
No, I'm trying to think of which ones I'd want.
Because Leonardo had the pair of katanas, I think, and Raphael had the sai, right?
Yeah, he left that on the last episode I watched. And he got in trouble for leaving his weapon behind.
Oh, okay.
I think.
And then there's then one of them had the bow stick and one had nunchucks, right?
Yeah, I'd want the nunchucks, but I know I would be one of those people that just hurt themselves.
Yeah.
That would be me, but those ones sound like the funnest to me.
Yeah. Yes, they're the ones that have moving parts.
Definitely would make those out of foam because the plastic ones hurt like hell.
Definitely make those out of foam because they're illegal in California.
I did. Well, okay. I didn't know I was such a criminal.
No, it's all fine. I mean, you can have them in your dojo. You can have them if they're the sports equipment that you're working with, right? But you can't buy brass knuckles. You can't buy any knife that has a spring or mechanism, a spring-loaded mechanism. So you can buck knives are fine, but you can't get a switchblade. That's the idea, right? And nunchucks, those three things, or collapsible batons. All of those are illegal in California.
Random question: what about a blowpipe? You know where they?
I think blowpipe's fine. I don't think there's a restriction on that.
Yeah, no. Just
that's fine.
Thinking of random things.
Because that's always the fun thing whenever I go to cons. Like I went to a couple of cons in Dallas. And you start walking over the dealer's reviews. All this stuff is out there because it's all fine in Texas. It's great.
Yeah. No, I remember that at the costume
I don't
shop.
care to own any. I can't bring it back on the plane. But
we had to have orange tips on everything.
Yeah, you have to have orange tips on everything. And yep, all the fun safety rules that California comes up with. Which,
Makes sense.
Makes sense. And a lot of them are justified because they come up because there was a need for it. It's not like they're doing it just because,
They have nothing better to do.
They have nothing better to do.
I think so. No.
Marvel Guy says, I wonder why sponsorships support YouTube channels like yours.
They don't.
That's interesting. That's such a... The way it's worded could be taken either way. Like it's very derogatory or, Oh boy, Kara says that they posted something in Discord. How come the Discord isn't moving for me? There we are.
Because we're live, it needs to be as awkward as possible.
That's pretty much it. Am I not on Build Talk schedule? Well.
I'm glad you have that picture up there for reference.
Oh,
I'm
good.
trying to think if we should add seam allowance on the inner seam too.
Probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do a full inch. I'm only going to do a half an inch.
Yeah. Well, it's not super tight from what I remember.
No,
it's
you
close,
have room, but I'm still only going to add a half an inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
started to just cut it out, and I'm like, wait, nope.
Colby Herman, how's your day going, Odin? Keep going, and the Force will be with you always. Thank you, Colby. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. That was it. I think I said it right. That's all.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Oh.
I love those shirts where it's the classic Enterprise and it just says #1 Star Wars fan. Yeah.
You gotta love a person with humor.
Yes. And another one that I really enjoyed. So somebody wore this shirt here to the studio when working on one of the music videos. The guy wore it all day. There were 40 or 50 people here working on in different ways, right? Maybe it wasn't that but maybe it was only 25 or 30. But it was enough. And I remember looking at it going, Keegan, that shirt is awesome. And I was the only person who got it. Because he was wearing, it was the Kiss Destroyer album cover. And in the Kiss font, it said Led Zeppelin.
I would not have noticed that.
Yeah.
And I would have seen him all day and just never...
Right. Yeah, no one else did either. In fact, John's like, oh yeah, huh? It's like, yeah. That's Kiss, not Led Zeppelin. I mean, it's the right font, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that type of stuff.
Like I said, if somebody notices your mistakes, that means that they care enough
They care enough. Yeah, well, with that T-shirt, obviously, it was intentional, but...
But still, you know what I mean? Like...
Marvel Guy, yes, I do still have Stormbreaker. I got that back from Thorcules, because Thorcules had it for a while, and I got it back. So it's on the wall over here. Blake Henley is still waiting for the Soul Edge's eye to start looking around. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
It blinked the other day.
Yes, it did. Did you saw that?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you miss it? Did Blake miss it?
He probably did.
Okay.
It was in a blink of an eye. If you missed it, you missed it.
There you are. Vaughn Lidland asking if we ship our T-shirts to South Africa. I'll be honest, I'm letting Teespring handle the T-shirts, so I believe they do. But I don't personally fulfill those orders. So that's not something I actually touch.
Well, let us know.
But yeah.
Set a fashion trend.
Rodrigo keeps trying to...
Como te llama? Odin.
Yeah.
What's your name, Odin? Or
how
are you doing?
I thought it was, how are you doing, Odin? Or is your name actually Odin? But that's not it, right?
I think is your name actually Odin.
Okay. Yes, it actually is Odin.
Sorry, I don't really know that very well. I just contextualize
I'm glad.
Conversations.
Well, I know Como is the beginning of a question, right?
Yeah.
And is Miyama a name?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she can read Spanish way better than I can. Way better. I only know a few words that Big Bird taught me. Yes, it really actually is. My first name is actually Odin. It was my given name. I'm being asked for Ratchet and Clank props. Ernest Venn, do I celebrate Halloween? Yes. Halloween was the biggest holiday of the year for me for many years because that was the only costume day.
National Dress Up Day!
National Dress Up Day!
What else do you guys do? That's the whole point of Halloween, right?
And when I started cosplaying at cons, and especially once I started doing the channel, I'm okay not dressing up for Halloween. It actually becomes more of a night off. What we have been doing in the past is we've got one of those popcorn carts, like what they had at fairs. Actually, it really hasn't happened the last couple of years. But up until 2019, we would take that out and pop popcorn and give it out to the trick-or-treaters that went by in the neighborhood. So that was kind of fun. We had a cotton candy machine one year too. So it's kind of slow. It's not compared to here, grab some stuff out of a bowl. It's kind of slow to make someone a cotton candy really quick, but it's fun.
It is.
And we have people come back.
Just pure white sugar in a cotton candy machine and make ghosts.
Yes, you can, because it is just sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's easy to get a hold of the flavored sugars. So.
No, I know. I just did a party once at the thing, and we just used the white stuff, and then I stuck. We made white cotton candy just out of regular sugar, and we put those little rings, those spider rings, in it.
Oh, okay.
It looked really nasty, but it was so delicious.
Okay.
Because it looked like an egg sack with spiders.
That's kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So just the pure white sponge sugar. I know it's really easy to get the colored stuff, and you can get orange and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But the white is so gross looking. It's
right.
Spider webs.
It's spider webs.
Cobwebs, and it has like the things growing. Anyways.
Yeah.
Ick Factor 7.
Ick Factor 7. Dang, the speech ad is really long. I hope they didn't finish before it does. I'm not familiar. Well,
Are you watching playback? I don't know.
I don't know. Are there ads that pop up during the live stream? I apologize if that happens. That's not cool.
I know they pop up when I rewatch it, like while I'm humming and stuff.
Rodrigo is saying something else about something. So to you, Felicia, his name is Felipe. Apologize, I crashed the stream for...
No, I do not understand. I would have to Google Translate, cut, and paste. Not live, with the pressure of everybody watching. How's your Spanish translation skills?
Philip, I'm sorry that the ads are popping up like that. Go ahead and skip it. I don't know what the minimum amount is, but, if it's 5 minutes, no, totally skip it.
Yes. But feel free to hit the like button and feed the algorithm that way. Awesome.
Aaron David's asking me if I am a gamer. I enjoy video games and I love tabletop games, but I wouldn't say that I am a gamer in the sense that a lot of other people are, where I'm going to sit down in a chair with a camera pointed at me and live stream playing a game. I mean, I could do that, but I don't
feel cool
much.
enough to tell anybody.
Right.
No.
But I definitely enjoy games. I love puzzle games. I enjoy video games. I really like board games. I'm not up on a lot of the current stuff. I mean, I think Breath of the Wild is the most recent game that I've pretty much finished. I got one more of the final tasks to do. One of the grinding extra DLC tasks where you have to get the final upgrade for the Master Sword. That's the only thing I have left to 100% the game.
Okay.
So that's how close I am on that one. Hey, Zavon, how's it going? Shenanigans Abroad says, Jerry here. Oh, what's the plan for compensating for the weight of the tail? Right now, the plan is to make the tail out of 4mm foam, which means it's not going to weigh very much at all. So I'm not too worried about it.
But it definitely
it's got some length. It's going to have some leverage to it. If I have to, I can just hang a weight in the front, in the crotch, to compensate. So it doesn't cause the pelvis to tilt. No. Yes, I'll be compensating for something. Yeah. I actually thought about that too a little bit.
A counterweight system.
Right, a counterweight system of some sort. Because there isn't really anything. I'm not building the shorts are actually a little big for me, which is nice. But that makes them look really, really big. So they can end up tilting because of the weight of the tail. And
you're holding them up with suspenders, right?
And I'm holding them up with suspenders, right. So if I just put like a big Western belt buckle in the front, it'd probably be fine.
So it's the suspenders actually doing the job of supporting the tail.
Yes.
So, okay.
Right, so the suspenders are actually doing the job of supporting the tail because they will be hard attached to the pelvis. There's already a socket in the back for it.
I think that's probably going to be where you really need the structural support is in those suspenders. Are they elasticized or are they do they stretch?
They do not exist. They will probably be the backpack strapping, the ribbing strapping. I don't think there's a need for them to stretch.
Okay, because stretching would be disadvantage.
Right.
Especially long term because it's just going to pull out and then it's not going to keep its stretch.
Yeah, no, it'll just be 1 inch or an inch and a half backpack strapping.
But having the straps over your shoulders and it pulling from on.
Yeah, be pulling here, but then this piece is hanging separate, so if there's weight off the back, it'll just cause it to tilt.
Yes.
A little bit. So if I just put a weight in the front to counterbalance it, then that should be fine.
It should be, yeah.
But even in the movie, the version I'm doing, Mechagodzilla's tail is solid. It doesn't move at all. There's a lot of the tails in the Toho films in that era, they're marionette puppets and move around. For whatever reason, Mechagodzilla's is short, which is one of the things that was appealing, and it doesn't move at all. It is a solid cast piece even in the movie. So I have no personal need to improve on that.
Yeah. I think that's really going to...
Yeah.
I think having the suspenders pulling from here to here, definitely. And then, like you said, if you needed to, you can counterweight at a heavy belt buckle, or you can just, have it pulled tight and it just...
Right.
Yeah.
It'll just be what it is. Yeah. Because there'll be enough other pieces on it that, maybe it all just kind of moves when I'm walking, like it bounces off the thighs, whatever.
Yeah.
Because ideally the legs will have their own straps that have to connect as well, whether they're connected to the bottom or they come all the way up. Because all of this has to get put on before the top of the body gets put on.
So you're going to have a structural lederhosen inside of there supporting the bottom and the top. So if you made this whole piece where it kind of goes up your back, has a strap across the shoulders and the strap across the front. I say a strap across the front not because you need to attach anything to the front strap.
No, it's for the arms.
But for the support of everything pulling back this way, you would have support of the front of your chest.
Okay.
Doing the counterweight and then attaching it down at the belt. So you have some, and then you could attach your sleeves here and here.
Right.
So yeah, I think your structural lederhosen is going to be kind of the key to holding this whole thing together.
Right.
Yes. And Detlef P. Yes, I said structural lederhosen.
Structural lederhosen. James is still here. He's just stepped out taking a break.
Yeah.
So he will come back in. He said hi briefly, but he's apparently a little camera shy.
Yeah. No, I'm very camera shy. I don't blame anybody. It's not easy being in front of the camera. But he's wandering around having a fun old time playing in costumes.
Yeah, and playing around and...
Yes, so...
I see it's 1 o'clock. It's actually 1:05.
It is 1 o'clock.
It is 1:05. And the only reason that that's important is I enjoy opening up viewer mail at 1 o'clock.
Do we have viewer mail?
We got viewer mail.
We got mail.
We got mail. Actually, we had it last week, but it didn't get here to the studio in time. But today's probably a better day to open it up anyway.
Yeah, it's a perfect day to open it up. I wish I knew the Blue's Clues mail song. But I don't. Sorry. I try, but I don't know it. Mail time.
Mail time. It just says New Jersey on the outside. I know I got instant messages on, hey, Odin, did you check your P.O. box? But I'm forgetting the name of the person who sent it.
Hopefully
at the moment.
says inside.
So hopefully it says inside. I'll need to cover that. Camera 4 is not pointing down at it. Oh, good. It didn't suddenly explode and spit glitter everywhere. No. Oh, this is really cool. That is really cool. Oh, does it say inside? Oh, yeah. Here
is this a plague mask?
This is a plague mask.
Plague mask?
Basically, yes. If I remember the name correctly, this is Overlord. Is it? Now I'm like My Hero Academia, 4th season. This is one of the villains' masks, and this looks really, really cool. Is this Ted's pattern? Because it doesn't look like it. Did you make your own? There's a note. Maybe I should read the note.
There is a note.
Dear Odin and Felicia, hello from New Jersey. My name is Adam, and I've been watching your channel for quite some time. Not a patron, but I've watched it literally all of your videos, even the ones on DIY Prop Shop. I always watch the live stream replay. Normally I'm at work and I have 4 kids from 9 to 16, so I'm busy. Laugh out loud. And when I watch you, when you watch you 3, sometimes Joe, I make my own crafts, and I always wanted to show you how my props stack up with yours. I also got the courage to start my own prop making channel. Pieces to Pop Props. That's a great name. Pieces to Props.
Yeah.
And it's mostly since you have inspired me. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you in the future, Adam. I just wanted to say thank you for all of your videos and time that you put into this, but I know you want to do another My Hero Academia prop, so maybe you can make one of these masks. Overhaul, not Overlord, overhaul. And put it up against mine. As always, thank you again and stay crafty. Adam from the channel Pieces to Props. Pieces to Props. That's a great name.
This is a great foam prop.
Is this okay, no, this is not floor mat foam. They got... No. It's a black foam, so it's either TNT or... Oh, no. Look at that. It's white down there. This is the foam from Michaels. Okay, cool.
Michael's foam.
Well,
Odin knows his foam. Like
you're... I mean, it could be some other white foam.
You know how there's the little wine sommeliers? Yeah. This is what the foam?
Yeah, what the foam is... It's got a bit of a foam smell to it, as it should.
Sorry, I just appreciate. I just had to stop and appreciate.
Okay, well, I wasn't playing around. That was all legitimate.
No, I know, and I believe it, and I understand.
Well, that's awesome. They actually put like adjustable straps in the back.
Yeah, and they're glued together. That's a very. I would have never thought to glue it. I would have.
That's awesome.
Gonna try it on?
Of course. Might need to...
I can ask James to model.
Yes, James to model. Well,
next time we see him.
I haven't stuck it on my face yet, but it's going to be here pretty quick.
Detlef P. Odin the foam sniffer.
Odin the foam sniffer.
I would say foam sommelier.
Having... Okay, worked with a number of different weird materials off and on. One of the things, for some weird reason, I started paying attention to is how they smell, right? So it's like, oh, okay, this is made from latex. Oh, okay, this is made from vinyl. You start cutting plastics. Oh, I'm cutting acrylic. I'm cutting styrene. I'm cutting ABS, because they all have different smells. Mm-hmm. Like when you cut pine, you know you're cutting pine wood, or you know you're cutting oak, or you know you're cutting ash, because they all have different smells. Cedar's your favorite. All those different materials have different smells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people used to actually have to know these things.
Right. This is pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! Well, good job.
Yes. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. And Pieces to Prop. I just wanted to make sure I said his channel name right. That is an awesome channel name, and I wish you all the success in the world, because it is not easy.
No, it's not easy. After the stream, I will check out Pieces to Props.
Yes.
Definitely. But for once, I won't be fumbling with the computer live on the screen. At the bottom, there's a PS. Felicia called popsicles propsicles in one of your live streams one time. And I loved it so much, that's what I'm going to call my fan base when I get them one day.
Nice. Propsicles.
That is awesome. No, please do. That's great. Adam, this is really cool. Thank you. This is really cool.
It is very well done. I love foam as a material. Like, I've seen so many steampunk things that it's just... To get that metallic look and the gears. And it's just... cutting at it and adding more texture, even though it's scary to do.
Right, but the gears, it's just great. This is really, really cool.
Philip Dahl says you're supposed to put nice smelling things in the beak.
Yes, you're supposed to. You stuff it full of lavender and rosemary and nice smelling things.
You know I have brothers because all I'm thinking is one of my brothers would definitely fart in that right before. Like.
Yeah, those are brothers. I don't have brothers, but that's a brother thing to do.
Very much. I have plenty of them, and I'm just going, as soon as I say, this is for nice smelling things, they will go, really?
Oh, let me scent that for you.
Oh, you can add it to your bumblebee.
Oh, yeah, I can add it to, right.
Scorpion.
Bumble Scorpion. Well, actually, between Overhaul's mask and those, I'm half my way to the SCP Plague Doctor guy.
Oh, there you go.
I can't quite remember which SCP Foundation number he is, but... There, how's that?
You're ready for 2020.
I'm ready for 2020. I actually did see somebody in Costco walking around with a Plague Doctor mask on, with the goggles. It wasn't Overhauls, but it was... It was a leather steampunk Plague Doctor mask.
I can respect people's fashion choices.
Yeah, I almost feel like Spy versus Spy as well.
Right, you
Almost.
do have that vibe so much. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Adam.
Adam, this is
genuinely
really cool.
Appreciate this. This is awesome. Can you breathe in that? Does Odin have air holes? Nimblues is very worried about your health.
Yes, all those gears are holes. So the gears on the side.
No, it is not COVID safe. Yes,
no, it is totally not COVID.
There are poke holes so he can breathe.
Yeah, or there's one. Not quite. There's no close-up camera on it, but that is a hole, a legitimate hole. So yeah, there's holes. So all 4 of those gears have holes, so that's an easy way to breathe through. And actually, it's kind of nice that the holes are on top. There's no hole in the bottom, because warm air wants to escape, and then it isn't a solid fit around the back at all. So it was easy to breathe in.
Interesting thing that face masks have taught is the nose shape.
Yes.
You have to have that.
You have to have that little nose shape, like every goggles. Right.
It's not an easy shape, even if you think it's as simple. Remember those?
Right. If I was to wear this long term, one of the only things I would do to it is I would
They can't see
Dremel.
because it's blocked by our box. Right there. There you go.
Thank you for paying attention to that. The top here is just straight cut foam and straight cut foam, so the edge of the foam is hitting me across my nose. I would probably Dremel, just like you're talking about. Just put like a soft arch. I wouldn't disturb the top. I would just do it into the edge here.
You would carve out the excess foam.
Oh, carve out.
I would also maybe keep this as my highest point, but kind of come in slightly, like come in about 1/4 of an inch and make my way back out.
Okay.
So that it has that
more of the
cup, so it can fit my nose better.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Like, it's one of those things I never knew until I had to start doing face masks.
Right.
And it's just that little bit of into the nose part. Yeah, but
yeah, that makes sense.
You don't know until you know, and then you know.
And then you know. But also that just provides more ventilation for inhaling and exhaling at the moment, because I was feeling air coming and going through
escaping
all the
through,
sides
yeah.
as well as out these. So
yeah, you're not suffocating in that.
No, not suffocating in this at all. Mechagodzilla's gonna be way hotter. But that's not really a fair comparison. I've actually got really good breathing in Mechagodzilla because there's an air conditioning vent that goes right in front of my face. Right?
Yeah, you planned it that way, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Well, that's the way the actual suit was made. So yeah, this is it's literally a perforated aluminum from a ceiling air duct here out of the building. When they replace stuff, it's like, oh, I want that.
Yes, I love working with things I already have.
So that's my faceplate, and then on the side of the head, you've got these bumps. Come back here. Sorry, I've not zoomed in. So this is not really that. It's Godzilla and NASA cut. There's this little notch that's got anyway. I used privacy screen door material on my costumes, which lets me hear, and it's another place that air could easily get in.
Holes by the ears.
Holes by the
They're
ears.
They're very important. Even with like the Leia costume, they had to have the holes right on the ears because otherwise you're in an echo chamber.
Yep. And that's the way ours are.
We are definitely in an echo chamber, but they look so freaking cool that it's worth it. Right?
Right. Ishmar Star says, can you send a greeting to my brother Felipe Tapia? Did I say
Felipe.
that? Hello, Felipe.
Yeah.
I think. Did I say that right?
Hola.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, hola. I just can't pronounce anything. But hi.
Yes, I feel like the substitute teacher in class.
Oh, good. Iron Warrior Cosplay is letting me know he's SCP-049. I knew he was one of the earlier SCPs. Yeah, SCP is it's just a fun creepypasta. You know, it's a crowdsourced horror universe of these interdimensional or oddball monster things, and the SCP Foundation keeps the public at large safe and ignorant of their existence.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you.
Ignorance is bliss.
And in some cases, ignorance is important, because if you know about them, they will come for you.
I know nothing.
I know nothing. Andrew James says, hi, from Coventry in the UK. Hello.
Hello in the UK. Top of the morning to you. Actually, I think it's evening for them.
It is evening for them.
Pretty late.
Yeah, we're going to be 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, there's a train. Actually, what is unfortunate, I didn't set up the train cam, and there's a train idling outside.
There's one just hanging out with us today.
Yeah, they've been doing that for the past couple weeks.
Because they're not getting their camera screen time, and they knew about
is that what it is?
And so they're like just kind of hoping that you'll like notice them again. They're like, but Odin,
where's the camera? You haven't set it up in a while. Because it got hot, and then Odin got really worried about it being some kind of weird inside joke that nobody got anymore. So, I mean, there's the people that know, and they know, and it's fun.
Well, there's still a train. It's still there.
It's still a train.
Like making its presence known. It's just not famous this week. I'm sorry.
Oh, Iron Warrior Cosplay is still letting us know about. Look out for SCP-3008 IKEA. That one is cool. I actually listened to a podcast that read that one, and with that, there is this slightly different dimension, which is an infinite IKEA. And so as you go into different
like the
IKEAs...
worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, if you wake up... trying to leave IKEA because you want to leave before you're done shopping is not a possible task.
Not really a possible task. Well, that's exactly what happens. Somehow, from different IKEAs, all of a sudden these people end up in this infinite IKEA. Where, you know, it's not quite like a Pac-Man level where it just goes over each other.
No, but...
They climb the shelves and look, and it just goes to the horizon. And during the day, which inside the store, it's on a day-night cycle, right? So you have daylight because the lights are on. No big deal. You walk around, you see the kind of faceless, shambling IKEA employees, and as long as you behave yourself, no one cares. But at night, you're not supposed to be there, and they'll come for you. So people have built up these like Mad Max fortresses of IKEA stuff to keep the employees away at night, who then all become very nice and placid during the day. And for some reason, the meatballs get restocked, so they're able to get food.
That sounds utterly terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
I have a friend who worked at IKEA. And they knew
possibly the person who wrote it.
They knew the secret ins and outs, like how you could get through the store without having to go the whole rat race. But that sounds terrifying. I'm just like,
it's a great story.
I'm not going to be able to sleep well tonight.
You'll be fine.
Those meatballs aren't that great. Well, they kind of are. Oh, just now I want... Anyways.
No, they're not worth it to be trapped in one for... I think time even passes differently in there. I can't remember if the outside world goes by slower or if the outside world goes by faster. I can't remember which way it goes, but I think even time...
Hopefully slower, because that would be... Like, it would suck the other way around.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be the twin that goes off into space and comes back the older one.
Right.
You want to be the younger one, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Hey, Joe just popped back into the public stream. Andrew James is letting us know, never visit IKEA on a Saturday or Sunday because you'll be fighting everything with your elbows and knees. You know, I had a friend that often wondered why shopping malls, M-A-L-L, weren't called shopping malls, M-A-U-L. Because he figured that'd be a much better way to call it.
Elbows.
Elbows.
I got bony elbows.
Yes, you do. And I've got no coordination, so I'm missing your elbow constantly. Ianolith says, hi, Joe.
Hi. Bye.
Bye. Brandon Carrion says they don't remember which SCP number it is, but their favorite is the Endless Stairs. So is that the endless stairs?
Also, is nightmare fuel.
Yeah, if I remember right, this is the staircase that descends, and they have volunteers that they will send into the staircase with remote remote equipment, and they'll get video playback, and you're going downstairs, and at some point, a face will just kind of appear in front of you. It's a bit like Bronzor from Pokemon, and yeah, it just gets darker and creepier, and you'll there's like a little girl you can hear crying.
So scaring me. No.
The whole point is they're horror stories, but it's interesting. They're fun because they're
definitely
not
nightmare fuel.
They're not standard stories. The whole SCP is set up as if you're looking at official documents. So they're written in not real official document style. It's written in the fandom idea of official documents, right? So they're not accurate, but they've got the flavor of it. And a lot of stuff gets redacted. So you start reading this report and names are just blackbarred out, or agent names are blackbarred out, or the actual date this happened doesn't exist. It's information withheld. So no, they're fun, and there's a ton of them.
Where's the fabric?
Okay.
Oh, I didn't say go get it right this second. I was just asking where it was because I could grab it.
Oh, okay. Well, I can get it. This is about half of it. So someone first off said, did you have a really nice outfit?
Oh,
and they were asking if you've made it.
No.
I think that was Stephen Daichi.
No, I did not sew this. I just put things together that shouldn't match, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, we have tea all over the table.
Right. I'll go this way. I don't have to go the other way.
Well, if we cut it straight here, we could cut a strip and then fold and cut them all at once. Is there a grid on the back? No, kind of. We could follow
not really.
the pattern.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I appreciate when vinyl has that. It doesn't always have it, but sometimes it also has the paper, like when it has to be rolled up with a piece of paper. They put a grid on that.
Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate when they do that.
So I should have enough, and I can always run down to...
I was just wondering if we could, just from this edge, just...
Right.
And then we could just cut off so we're not dealing with this whole...
Sure, we can. This edge isn't straight either. You can see it here, so...
I know, but we don't really have to worry too much about the grain line, so as long as we're following it, we have enough to fit this piece in a few times.
Right.
Down the strip. I don't know. I'm just trying to reduce bulk on a table.
Oh, okay.
Schultz Division has a good question.
Okay. What's up, Schultz Division?
What fabric is this?
This is a heavy grade upholstery vinyl. This is, or I don't think it's marine vinyl, but this definitely has the feel of a diner booth. It's not the super slick. It's got a little more of a grain to it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a coating. So there's not like a vinyl coating to it, but it's definitely a vinyl coat.
Yeah, it's definitely a heavy grade vinyl. This is it's like a millimeter to a millimeter and or a little more than a millimeter thick. Yeah,
it's like this silver part is a vinyl fabric that's glued to a another fabric backing.
Right.
So it's like
yeah. So it's got bulk to it, but this was the most accurate fabric that I could find at the shop that we were at.
Oh yeah, and I love that it has retro reflective bits in it, so it really just...
And because it's so stiff, it helps make the accordions work.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't have to add interfacing or interlining because it's naturally already glued to its own interfacing.
Yep. So it's vinyl. From... I can't quite read the name.
Yeah.
It wasn't Empire, but...
We got this from World Class Textiles, which is a small local fabric store in Sacramento that I absolutely love.
Oh, they're fantastic, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a Joann's. It's locally owned, so...
So I thought we'd just put this down and we could even mark it.
That works for me, just as long as we have it, because sometimes I worry that...
Yeah, it starts to get too skinny.
You know?
Right.
That's the only thing that I worry about.
Well, we can go on that side if you want. I mean...
Then you're wasting it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It's up to you. It's your fabric.
Well, we'll just move it around just a little bit.
Oh, just cut
it. Okay, I'll cut it.
Can you cut it, Odin? Do you cut it?
Do I cut it? I don't know if I don't know. Do I cut it?
I think you could cut it. You're cutting it.
Now we get to drag everything towards us so I can cut some more. And go against everything Felicia's always said, which is never cut fabric while it's hanging off the table.
But yet I do it all the time because you have... you have the space you have to work in.
Right. And I could turn this sideways, but there's other stuff on the table that's kind of in the way.
We have plenty of tea on our tea party table. What do you need now?
There it is. I lost my knife. I lost my knife.
Your knife.
And I just took a chunk of the ruler.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did.
You really did?
I really did.
Which ruler is under there?
Oh, no, it's just this one. I happened to catch one of the nicks in the side of the ruler and took a chunk out.
Interesting.
Oops. Well, at least they hit the pad, not the concrete.
Yeah.
Would you hold this up, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
I like watching you struggle.
Appreciate that. Well, I'm live on the internet, so you're not the only one. As I stand here in a tight-fitting shirt. Not too tight, but somewhere around there, whatever. I'm fretting over millimeters.
That's okay, we left an inch of wiggle room.
At least, if not more.
Hopefully.
Yeah, now I didn't double check on this end, but this is starting to look like it's...
Tapering narrower?
Tapering narrower, yes.
Yeah, maybe. It happens to the best of us.
We're still fine. So that's probably enough to do 2 pleats. I imagine I would need to cut a whole bunch more.
Well, if we get one made, we can know if our pattern's right. There's no point in cutting them all out while we're still figuring out the patterning phase. Does that make sense?
It does.
We got the shape for sure. But
yes, for sure. For sure.
I don't want to cut out a million of these and then go, oh, but I need it to have a little bit more.
Right.
So I'd rather start with one and then we can cut out the multiples after that.
Schultz Division is saying the vinyl foil for wrapping have squares in the back which are 1 by 1 centimeters, which really makes it easy to work with.
I love it when the wrapping paper has that on the back.
Right. It would be awesome if it had any kind of grid in the back, but this just doesn't.
Crispest wrapping. It looks like I really know what I'm doing and taking effort in wrapping paper when it has that, and then when it doesn't, I'm just like.
So I think, was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year. I wrapped Joe's Christmas present up with 2mm HD foam, and I put a 2mm what-the-foam bow on it. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, tea biscuits, yes. What flavor are they? These are the malted milk Tesco. So
yes, but it's not the nice ones that I thought we were going to start with.
Going by what's on the biscuit, these are actually the malted milk ones. So
they're delicious.
Delicious Tesco biscuits, brought to you by friendly viewers from Ireland who packed this up in a box and shipped it across the pond.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, they're good. Okay, Aaron David is asking a question that is repeated from somebody else. So this is to Aaron David and to Blake Hanley. They both asked, what of my props have the most moving parts or pieces? The most moving. Okay, well, right now, Gundam, but that's a suit, so that may not be what you're asking about.
That one blue set, but that's a set.
The one blue set?
The one that had to be possessed, demonic, and it had like the talking pizza box and all of that.
All
stuff.
That, yeah.
Yeah, he can help me with all of that. There was a lot. Of moving pieces.
Right. I remember helping you guys with some monofilament and stuff too, a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't do much.
But that's not a prop.
But that's not a prop. Honestly, as I look around and I try to remember, it's probably the gravity gun, because each of the 3 tongs in the front have got 4 different parts that move. So that means there's 12 pieces in the front that move. Not much. They don't move a whole lot, but they move. I'm trying to think, what else do I have that actually has got moving parts? Mechagodzilla only got one.
Would Gundam? No, none of those parts move.
I was saying Gundam, yeah, because he's a full suit. He's definitely got more pieces.
Yeah.
Most of the props only have like one piece that moves, or maybe two.
Well, because you don't really want to do too much on one prop.
Right, because I'm trying to get one done in a week. So yeah. I kind of sidestep that with the idea of, hey, I can get this done faster.
Right?
The Matrix of Leadership has got 3 pieces. There's only really one piece that moves on let's see, Blake. The right arm. Who's Barrett's right arm? That's it. I'm really good with names today. Yeah, so most have 2 or 3, but I'm seeing 12 different parts because there's 3 pieces that are repeated, and each one has 4 pieces on the gravity gun. So hey, gravity gun comes up again. DJ Tumpy says malted milk's lush. Are we a dunker? I haven't been dunking my biscuits. I keep just drinking my tea straight. I don't.
I am if I have milk, but there is no milk at this tea party currently.
There you go. And I don't typically put milk in my tea, so.
I like the heavy cream.
Groot, did I say Gundam? In my ears, it sounds like something completely different. Gundam. It is, it's a big Japanese robot. Yeah, it's been around for 40 years.
You might be a fan.
Maybe, just a little bit. It has a very, very strong World War II vibe. If you kind of look at the Gundam suit the way it is and squint at it really hard, you can start to pick out the American GI influences from the fatigues, World War II fatigues, on the Gundam suit. And then if you look at the Zaku suits, which are the bad guys, they've got a lot of World War II Germany elements to not only the weapons, but the actual mecha suits. Yeah.
You know, they got Hugo Boss on their team.
Yeah, it's hard not to. Steven's asking, what setting stitch are we going to use on your machine to sew this vinyl? It's going to be a long stitch, right?
We're going to do a straight stitch, but we're going to increase the straight stitch length, and we are going to slightly loosen the tension.
Cool.
So that will make it be able to take bigger bites.
Yeah.
And not perforate.
And not turn this into a postage coupon. Postage stamp, whatever.
Postage stamp, coupon, perforated edges. Tear here. We're making a toilet seat liner.
We're making absolutely. We're making. Oh, look, it's Peacemaker's helmet. Good night, Mr. Rooster. He's taking off. Yolanda says it too.
Well, thank you for joining us as long as you did.
James Allen says his mask starts with the nose and works outwards. So I'm getting questions like Richie Boone is asking if I was going to make a real movie car, assuming I make an actual car based off of a car from a movie, right? Mm-hmm. Which one would I build?
Herbie.
Right. There was one that used to drive around Sacramento. Somebody had a Superbug that they had painted with the Herbie colors. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I've seen that.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure you have.
I think they're in my neighborhood.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. In fact, I've seen the really 53 stickers.
Toilet vibes.
Oh, totally, in a big way, yeah.
No, I was going to say camera.
You want me going 4 and you want to show off
toilet seat.
The toilet seat?
Yes, so now we have a toilet seat liner.
Okay, nice. Oh, look at the fancy silver toilet seat liner.
It's for that mecha butt problem.
Mecha butt problems. You know, I love the Ecto-1 and I love the DeLorean. There's a lot that goes into those cars, and the base for those cars are not easy to get a hold of. There was a guy that was doing the tour car from Jurassic Park, the Ford Explorer, which was a very specific model when it came out that was only made for like 1 or 2 years, and it has some very specific specialized parts. But he was actually doing it. The Jurassic Park Jeeps are very cool.
You did the DeLorean.
I did the interior to the DeLorean.
Didn't you do? No, that was Pat who did the.
Pat did the exterior of the Barbie Jeep. Yeah.
Yeah, the Barbie Jeep.
I did the interior from plywood. Right here on the channel.
Did grass car? I did grass car. You did
grass
car. Wheel.
Yep, I did grass wheel. DeLorean would be really cool because it's definitely one that's recognizable and super cool. It hasn't been a goal, so it's not something I put a lot of thought into. But I do definitely. I've seen guys that have made. Oh, I've seen pictures. I haven't seen them in person. The Mutz Cuts van from Dumb and Dumber, which gets like zero. Which gets gallons to the mile as opposed to miles per gallon because of just all the carpet that's on it.
Right? Oh, I believe it because that's straight up drag.
Yeah, that's nothing but drag. I haven't seen too many Trans Ams with the Larson unit in the front to be Knight Rider, but I know that happens. There are guys that have made that. Larson unit, because Gary Larson was a prolific television producer in the late 70s and early 80s. And he did the original Battlestar Galactica, which the Cylons had that eye that would go back and forth. And then a few years later, he came out with Knight Rider. And the kit car has a giant one of those eyes that comes out the front of the car. It's how the car is able to see and drive itself, right? Because it's a artificial intelligence smart car. Yeah.
So it needs a sensor?
So it needs a sensor. So the fans ended up calling those a Larson unit. Andrew James is asking, why are we making a toilet seat cover? It's something to cover my butt with. What do you mean? It should be obvious. Oh, God, the mood ring toilet. Yes. Blake is asking about that. It was Evelyn and Caitlin.
That was hilarious.
I just remember seeing the thumbnail saying, this was a bad idea.
Honey, why are you so angry?
Oh, Christine, yeah. So Richie's saying I would build the 1981 DMC-12 DeLorean time machine. Christine, which is a 1958 Plymouth Fury with the red candy. Right, it was candy red, or was it just fire truck red on the outside? But Christine's the possessed car from Stephen King. And then the General Lee, the 1969 Dodge Charger. If you could find any of those cars.
My dad had one at one point when I was little, and he sold it when we were when I was little, and then he's regretted it, and he's been looking for one since.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they wrecked so many of those cars, the 69 Chargers are really hard to find.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
I cut this out, the toilet seat cover, not this way, but this way.
Nice. So you have a.
Because the front and the back aren't the same.
Right. So they have to be able to.
Because see, look at if I did.
No,
this is the way I traced it. Was this way.
Did you mark front and back on that so we know which way it's supposed to go once it's sewn together?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I did not put any markings on my actual fabric itself.
Okay, that's fine.
I could.
We'll figure it out.
But I didn't. But there's definitely
a front and a back.
A front and a back. So
it is not symmetrical. It's close, but it's not symmetrical. So we could probably fake it, but.
No, if we line them up together, trying to get those edges flat.
And they just don't.
No, they do not because it's not the same shape.
Yeah.
So that is why it's important to have right sides and wrong,
right.
Folded fabric cut on the fold.
Yeah.
That helps.
That helps.
Okay, let me cut this out, and then we can sew this one together so we can get you show. Yes.
Yes, get me show enough. Show enough.
Getting to know if this is the right size so that we can cut out a few more.
There you go.
Because honestly, the hip joints is the hardest, and I like to tackle the biggest problem.
Right. Well, the knees are basically just larger versions of the elbows.
Yeah, and you figured out the elbows.
Pretty much.
The hip joint that is the...
Yeah. And I don't think this is big enough for the knee, but it might be. Doesn't really matter. Good night, Von Ludland. You're welcome for a fun Sunday evening, and thank you for hanging out for as long as you did. choir conductor who really. Okay, so Groot is saying, speaking of cars, here in Sweden we had an old choir conductor who looked just like a Volvo 343.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Gunny Brown, there's no puppy cam today. No, the puppies have the day off today. They're hanging out at home.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, I don't have my life in order enough to bring their lives here at the moment.
At the moment. So yeah, no puppy cam today, but the puppies are good. They're at home safe.
We got fly wings.
You got fly wings. I thought you were saying, we're gonna make
Well, do you think Mechagodzilla is a boy or a girl? And lizards don't have mammalian boobs, basically, because they're not mammals.
They're not mammals. No, they lay eggs.
Yeah.
But there's definitely males and females because the females lay eggs and the males
do
not lay eggs. Well, I have always said he for Mechagodzilla, and I think probably a lot because he's supposed to look like Godzilla, who has also always been addressed as a he.
Maybe that's why he's always so angry, because y'all can decide.
Y'all get it wrong. Well, what was it? Roland Emmerich's version, the 1998 one. Godzilla laid a bunch of eggs in Madison Square Garden, which were fertilized. That means there's another Godzilla somewhere.
Not necessarily.
This is true. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. We are doing lizard reproductive.
This is lizard reproductive, and there is at least one lizard species that has no males.
Did we not learn from Jurassic Park?
But with Jurassic Park, some of the dinosaurs flipped. Yeah, they have the frog DNA that allow them, in the case of a poor mix of males and females, some of them would actually change genders.
Mm-hmm. Fish do that too, so I could see the lizard DNA,
Right.
This is my scientific facts, people, No.
Sure. I'm just trying to think there isn't an outside source. But there is one specific species of lizard. There are no males, period. The females still go through the body motions of doing it and then are able to basically self-fertilize.
I vaguely remember seeing that on some kind of one of those nature channels. The more you know.
So it looks like we're going to be able to get 3?
We probably will. I'm going to stop with cutting this out until we figure that this pattern works.
Sure, fair enough. I was just kind of curious if we get a third one.
Yes, you could.
Okay.
Totally could. See?
Yeah, cool.
Let me get the...
So if not, it's still the biggest piece, so we can always do knee pieces and other pieces out of it, so whatever.
Were you sanding foam recently?
Yes, quite a bit.
Okay,
and it wasn't...
I am sneezing like crazy, and now I'm like... Ugh.
This whole last week, I've been grinding away on foam. I tried to clean up the table, but then we keep grabbing stuff that wasn't cleaned. And then I think earlier in the week, Jesse used a 12-inch grinder on something plastic, and there was a lot of stuff spit all over the brown paper when we brought that up.
And then it's been like ash and fire everywhere.
Fire everywhere. Yeah. Andrew James. The females lay eggs, and the males don't. Laugh emoji. Yeah. Well, I want to keep it clean, right? The males don't. Jack of all trades is letting us know that Mechagodzilla is 100% non-binary. Once again, I think this is debatable. He's a machine. He's probably completely running off binary.
Sorry. I wasn't expecting that.
That would make a good template for Nidoking. Yeah, it probably would.
All right, so I'm going to loosen my tension a little bit and increase my stitch length to the longest it can go.
This is kind of cool. Gruesome. I always say that wrong, and I'm really sorry. I try, but I don't say it often enough or hear it said right often enough that I'm able to. Anyway, they're a patron now, which is like really freaking cool.
You voice chat and tell them how to say it right.
Right. Yeah, just spell it out like you went to a 5-year-old moron from America.
That does not help with me, sorry.
Anyway, saying in Sweden, if you don't want to say him or he, which is Han, I'm saying, I could be getting the vowel sound wrong on that, or he or she, which is Hun, That we say hen, which isn't pronounced hen, because it's not like the chicken. It's probably heen, maybe. I don't know how you pronounce it differently, but apparently heen is a gender-neutral term for them, which is kind of cool. That's the first one I've heard.
Well,
yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, neat.
What color thread do you want to use? Let's use silver.
Yeah, I had bought some silver, I thought.
Yeah.
Silver or gray.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that looks like the one I bought. Richie Boone is working on a McDonald's Happy Meal Inspector Gadget costume. Right. Didn't we talk about this before, or did you just post it?
He's still working on it.
He's still working on it. And I don't know if I should add extendable arms to the costume.
Yes, you should.
Yes, you should. But the weird thing with doing that is if you're wearing them all the time, you'll never really have workable hands.
Yeah, no, you should play with those kind of weird things, but...
Yeah.
You can have, like, those extenders, like you have hiding in it.
Right, like the little grabbers.
There's a lot of ways you could do it. You really just have to have fun. So if you think of there's a way that you can make it happen, try.
Right,
Give it an honest, good effort. Yes, please. Right. But if it doesn't happen, it's cost.
If you can make the gloves big enough that they're easy to come off your hands, then maybe you can have the gloves on and you have your fingers that move while you're wearing it, but Inspector Gadget's got a trench coat. Can you just get dryer duct that'll fit inside the sleeve so you can just let go of the gloves and the arms will just hit the floor, which is a Inspector Gadget thing to do anyway.
Right?
I mean, it would certainly get a good laugh if you're on stage at a costume contest, even if it was just that dumb and simple.
Who you calling dumb and simple? No.
My idea I'm calling dumb and simple. Would you like clips?
No, because that would be the right way to do it, and I'm not doing it the right way. I am literally
fine.
Just
because Darren gave me clips, and I can go get those.
No, I know, and I thought about it. I'm like, there's a million ways to do this the right way, but who are we kidding? This is the way I would do it.
I'm gonna do the one way that's wrong.
Because I know that I can. So
yeah, you're fine.
Like.
Because this is nice thick fabric that's easy to.
They were traced from
together.
each other. Yeah. I am holding the.
You're not worried about it.
Don't do as I do. I'm sorry, we're live, and yes, I'm doing this the wrong way.
I just wanted to ask. I don't think you're just doing it wrong. Finnish doesn't have gender-specific pronouns at all. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but Spanish, my pencil has a gender.
Yes, Spanish.
I don't know what it is.
Everything's got a gender.
I always feel like I'm getting it wrong.
Oh, we just got a super chat from Lock to Sod.
That's awesome.
Saying that they would like to see me make a Kamen Rider mask. Your choice, of course. Oh, the first one with the green suit and the red eyes. Also, if you add yellow bug eyes for your Zemo mask, you could have a makeshift foot soldier from the 87 TMNT. Yes, definitely the Zemo mask looks like a foot soldier mask. That's very cool. We've got a couple of friends that were looking at doing Kamen Rider. I kept hearing it be pronounced Kamen Rider for the longest time. And we were talking about trying to figure out how to do the eyes, and I was thinking about maybe trying to vacuum form the lights that go in the ceiling, but they tried it, and apparently since it's not a consistent thickness, it just breaks apart. Because it's the prism lights where it's got the little pyramids that are joined together. It's the drop light for fluorescence. That they weren't able to get them to heat form or vacuum form very easily because the thinner areas just melted and pulled apart, and the thicker areas of plastic, because it just you can't get it to heat even.
Yeah, like I understand that, like.
But I don't want to believe it either. I want it to work, damn it.
Right? Can we do it?
Richie Boone says that they have an idea to make an extendable arm in the sleeve above the real arm so you can still use my hands. That's a great idea. Then do it.
Yes.
Definitely play with it.
Sounded like you knew what you were doing. And yes, I encourage it.
It's fully encouraged. Inspector Gadget should be a lot of fun.
So before...
And I love the fact that you're basing it off the Happy Meal toy. Not Matthew Broderick, not the cartoon, the Happy Meal toy. That's great.
Just eat a Happy Meal while you're wearing it, please. And thank you, and I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Just don't try and sit in the box.
No. Well, if you fit in the box, that'd be kind of cool. But
do you want to help me?
Are those
fabric scissors? Yes.
Sharp enough to get all the way to the end?
Yes, that's why they work. Fabric scissors being sharp, isn't that like a novelty?
That is a super novelty.
I kind of got spoiled at work, and I forgot that there were, like, dull scissors, and then I came here and I was like, Odin!
What?
This is frustrating!
They're technically scissors. What do you want?
Them to cut fabric.
So I'm not paying attention to the chat now. My back's turned
That's
to
okay.
it.
I'm going to put
I like that the
on...
camera's super wide so we'd have enough room for 3 people, but James walked off. So
Yeah.
we have like this,
Camera
all
4.
this extra real estate.
I switched over to camera 4 so they could see
fine.
what we're doing.
All right. I can bring the thing up, but it doesn't. Well, it covers up me, but and I can move it. But if I move it, it'll be teeny tiny, super teeny tiny.
Richie Boone wants to know, is there a way I can send you the photos of the costume when it's finished? Yes, please.
Yes,
and you
please.
might get featured.
Easiest way to send me photos, and as well as sending Felicia photos, is probably through Instagram. It's just I'm at Odin Makes on Instagram, and Felicia has.
I have an Instagram for behind the scenes fashions, and I have Ish87 is my personal Instagram.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
you can share it with us.
Otherwise, Odin at odinmakes.com works as my email.
I'm gonna. You can
Keep going.
That.
Yeah.
So why are we taking little pie slices out of this?
Well, it seemed like a really fun idea. I said, hey, Felicia, we should take these little pie slices out. Don't you remember? I totally told you to do this.
We need wedgies.
We need the wedgies because what's going to happen is we're going to take a fairly thick material that's on a curve, and we're going to invert it. And so the outside curve isn't going to fold up neatly without having darts or these little nibbles taken out of it.
Because when we go from the convex curve to a concave curve, or concave curve to convex curve.
You said it right the first time.
Yeah.
Because if the
It has
prison
to
concaves
squish.
in, then all the convex will get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to remember it. So when you pop it back in, it's really hard to see because we're on the white.
We're on the super wide white.
There is space for the seam allowance to curve in, and
Right.
it flips so much easier.
And you'll get a much smoother ring around the outside. It'll still work if you don't do this, but it'll end up looking faceted or
It will
like a low poly.
Fight you.
It will fight you.
Doing that. Here, we can go back to regular camera.
Okay.
It will totally fight you doing that. I'm sorry, I took over what you were doing.
It's fine. I'm talking to people. I'm totally being productive. No, I'm not. Philip Dahl is saying, are we sure James from Decades Costumes is okay? No, I am not sure. I don't know where he is. He collected his...
gone home. It's James.
It's James. Well,
We'll see. We'll check on him.
Groot's saying the word is... Let's see. The word hen is pronounced just like the English word hen. Oh, okay. So not so long E. Next lesson. How the Weekdays was named after the goods of Asgard. And Odin has his own day, which is Wednesday, Odin's Day. Yes, that I knew.
That's why you release your videos.
That's why I release my videos on Wednesday. And I'm familiar with Thor's Day and Freya's Day. Yes. And I remember... Yeah. Talking about that and having someone come up to me and trying to invite me to their church because obviously I was being seduced by Satan because I knew the origins of the names of the days of the week. It was really weird.
You have knowledge?
I have knowledge? You should come to our church and lose all of your knowledge, heathen.
I only believe in science.
Denko Creations is asking if we've ever thought about tackling one of the bots from MST3K. Yes, I have looked at Tom Servo a couple of times. Hasn't happened. In case you can't tell because there's no video. But I've looked at Tom Servo a few times. Yeah.
Considered it.
I mean, Crow might be an easier build, but Tom Servo is the one I looked at. DJ Stumpy says, question. I'm covering ABS and abs and chest plates of a mighty light costume of fabric. What's the best way to keep as much detail of the bevels, etc., as I feel I lose it at present? Okay.
Okay, so he is covering a chest plate.
A chest plate, which probably has
Mighty
abs.
Light costume.
Yeah.
What's a Mighty Light costume?
Probably a brand name I'm not familiar with either.
with fabric. So it's probably one of those foam bases that he's putting a fabric cover on.
Yeah.
What is the best way to keep as much detail of the bevels, etc., as I feel I lose it at present? Well, I would, if you're gluing a fabric to it, I would use a liquidy glue as opposed to a spray glue.
Okay.
Because you can really moosh it.
You can really moosh it?
You can moosh
now,
it.
as long as it doesn't soak through the fabric, right?
Well,
Because if you get liquid fabric that comes to the surface.
Yeah, sometimes you want that to happen. It
okay.
helps. Sometimes you don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
I usually end up seeing, well, at least in the fabrics that I've used, the sheen changes.
Yes, it definitely does. But
because my first thought was upholstery, the overhead upholstery car spray.
Yeah, no, totally. Spray glues are great. Like, I wouldn't, like, if you spray glues is what you're going to use spray glue. But I wouldn't be afraid to use a liquid glue because it gives you more time to smoosh it into the details before it dries. And you're not so committed to it.
Right.
But it depends on the fabric and the situation and what the texture. If you're doing a velvet, definitely a spray glue.
Yeah.
But then you have that loft that you're losing the details to. Meaning the furs that sticks up, so it's not emphasizing that. But the shiny fabrics are going to overemphasize it because they'll emphasize where each little lump and bump is.
Right.
You can also go through, and if you want to keep some of that extra detail, raise it up. Like, add, like, rivets. Like, it has rivets already in there. Add pennies or whatever, you know, like, whatever you need to under the fabric to really emphasize the details that you like. You can even add cording.
Right.
Like yarn underneath it, glue it down in the patterns and scroll work that you want, and then put the fabric over it like it's a fondant, just kind of smoosh
it, right.
The lighter weight your fabric, the easier job it's going to be. The more details it's going to be picked up. The thicker and more lofty your fabric, the less details. So, nice thin fabric. Spray glue is great, but if you're really trying to get those little details, using a watered, like Mod Podge maybe, like a sprayed, wetter glue. Just not going to dry as fast. But that's my 2 cents. I hope that helps.
Does?
I'm just smooshing and smooshing and smooshing.
Squid6 says, give me a reason, just give me a reason to make an Iron Man helmet out of foam. Sure, you can beat me to it. I haven't made one yet. How's that? Steven's asking, Felicia, when's your next video coming out? Eventually.
I'm sorry. That one's one of those ones that I do have it filmed. Life has gotten crazy. I work a full-time job. This is what I do for fun and on my spare time, and I'm running out of spare time, so...
Life hopped in its truck and hit you from the side.
Yeah. Quite literally. So, it will be coming out when we get back from our little vacation.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll give me time to work on it, so... Thank you guys for caring. Yes, the video is really good. I did make a dress form. It only cost me $20 in materials, and college me would have been like, oh my gosh, I need this so badly because...
Right. This is DIY and it's affordable.
Yes. And one of the things that tools that I really needed when I first started designing was a dress form. It is like...
Yeah.
It's a whole nother body that you could stab with pins. Like, hold still. You know, and it doesn't yell.
Yeah, it doesn't yell. I totally get it because I cast my head, which just made a huge difference making all the helmets. Doesn't it?
Yeah. It really is just one of those tools that I absolutely love. And so making it out of the foam, I highly recommend it. And when I release that video, I will be releasing the pattern with it so you guys could have it too.
Right.
So.
Yes, and yes, it will come out in the future, Squid Stick.
Sorry, and I'm working on it, and I appreciate that you guys noticed to care, but I'm still working on it. You didn't finish... Where's the ones you already finished? Sorry, I just want to see how you did a detail. I hid them from me. Where's the accordion pieces? Right here. Yes, okay, that's what I was wondering.
Right, I ended up, because this exact same thing happened to me, so I ran through and top stitched it back down to... That's what you're saying, right?
That's what I was wondering, because I was thinking, like, yes, I could press this.
No.
And heat set it into this position, and it's going to be lovely and nice.
No, I just ran a top stitch around.
But I remember recommending a top stitch to you when you were doing the arms. And I'm like, did you do that?
Yes. And it totally changes it from looking exactly like a toilet seat to looking like pleats out of an accordion or bellows.
Okay. So, okay, yes.
And Ianolith is saying, it's okay, Felicia, take your time. they understand we all have stuff we have to deal with. So yeah, it's definitely yeah.
Yes.
It's not for a lack of desire. It's just yeah.
I'm still trying to adult.
Yep.
Adulting takes a lot of energy.
Adulting is a 4-letter word.
Is that why it has its own section? No.
That's why it's got its own section. Squidstick is asking, do I have any tips for hand cutting foam at an angle? When I had to get a very specific angle, I would cut a piece of foam or even wood that had that angle so I could hold the blade against it to make sure that I was going to be very close to that angle, because it's still not going to be perfect. But one of the things that's fun about foam is that it gives. So if you're just, you kind of practice a little bit and you get used to, okay, this is about where a 45 is, and you start cutting it. Even though it's going to change from 40 to 50, it might not even be that much. Once you glue the two pieces together, it'll smoosh, foam will move, and it'll end up being kind of okay. If you're trying to get a real specific manufactured hard metal look, yeah.
It might be worth it to really cut it out with a guide.
With a guide, right.
With a gauge, a guide, something you could probably get your knife on.
Yeah.
Or your hand. Like a lot of times when doing like eyeliner and stuff, you rest on your cheek. So you find an anchor point and you just kind of follow through the whole breath.
Yep.
Breathe in. Breathe out. In the cut, it's one smooth motion. If you second guess yourself, you get jagged lines,
Yep.
You could be afraid before and after the cut, but not during.
It's almost like they've done this.
Well, this is advice that I give to kids when we did gymnastics. Like, teaching my little sister how to do a back walk over on the balance beam. I'm like, you take a deep breath, and you just gotta go for it. You can be afraid before or after, but you cannot get scared in the middle of it, because that's how you get hurt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, I feel like it's the same thing when you're cutting foam. You just gotta go for it.
Here we go, yeah.
So, my life philosophy comes from gymnastics roots.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Okay. Smooshin', smooshin', smoosh, smoosh, smoosh.
Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Cara is saying it's past 2 p.m., by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yes, thank you. I was actually trying to pay attention to the time. I think we've got a family plan at 3, so we might need to...
Start getting out of here?
Yeah, start getting out. But I think I was going to... Let's let you finish the top.
I'm going to let you finish this up, because I am going to sneak off before we leave.
And make sure that James can come out and say hi, or...
Yeah.
Or whatever. It doesn't have to be that.
Sorry.
Poor James probably didn't feel like he was invited to come out and speak, so maybe he wandered off because it wasn't happening. It wasn't like I was trying to ignore him. I don't know. It's a pretty loose, free-form show,
I think James has left.
Has full-on left? Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, because he wasn't going to stick around the whole time, but he also just kind of disappeared, and he didn't want to say.
Right. Well, he might have tried to wave goodbye.
Oh, did he earlier and we just not noticed?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I think he actually just snuck out on purpose.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Come on. Need to get... Sorry, this is riveting, but I'm at a point of trying to do something where, oh yeah, Odin's not able to walk and talk at the same time. He'll trip and fall.
Don't worry, we're just live.
And I'm being told, don't worry, we're just live. not a big deal. I wonder if Felicia puts this much effort into it. Probably not. Realistically, no one's going to be looking at it this closely, so at this point in time... Okay, well, I am getting cheered and coached that the better I do it, the smoother it'll be, so I am trying to keep it... Because what it is as I go along, I'm trying to push out from the inside to make sure that I've got the maximum material out at the edge. This is what I remember doing with the elbows, and why it took forever to do them. But that's okay. when I sit down to actually do this more this week, I'll put on a pair of headphones and listen to an audiobook. It's working. I'm just kind of going slow, but I'm almost done. I'm down to the last couple inches.
Oh, good.
Funny thing is, every time I stop, I end up getting really close to the edge. I'm not keeping it very consistent. Nope, it didn't do it. Oh well, that's fine. It'll live. Let me set this down to one side.
Did it survive?
I think it did.
All right. Do you need your Mega diaper?
No, not necessarily.
Do you have the magnets from the other week?
They're on the table over here. Yeah.
Over there?
Yeah.
I have
They
two.
are right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty. Okay. So yeah, I can definitely... Top stitching is absolutely the right idea because it ends up being so much flatter. It doesn't have the, oh, it's a toilet seat look. So, and this is the front if I remember right. So this side would be the front and this is the back because it is asymmetrical.
So is it going to fit on your inside thigh? Do you need the Mega butt?
It seems to fit around my thigh currently even with shorts on. So
Yay!
I think this will work just fine. Yeah. Yanalith saying, oh, DJ Stumpy's taken off. So yep. From me, Yanalith and myself and Felicia. Good day, DJ Stumpy.
Thank you for joining us.
Blake Hanley says, so back in the subject of toilets, ever consider making a Toilinator costume? No, I'm not familiar with the Toilinator. So, and him is letting me know it's 5 o'clock. Yes, we're just about ready to wrap up. Felicia ran off to check on something, so as soon as she comes back, we'll be saying our goodbyes. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. But it does look like I've got a working, the beginnings of the working accordion piece that I'm going to need for the hips. I've got one made, which means I only need 7 more, or maybe it's 5 more. Somewhere 5 more. That's not so bad.
Because we needed 6 total.
We need 6 total? Okay, that's not so bad. So that's kind of cool. I am excited about having a finished Mechagodzilla costume and being able to wear it at SAC Anime.
You gonna wear that SAC Anime?
Yeah, SAC Anime is the goal. there's no, oh hey, look at that! There is no time to get this done for Silicon. You're Wonder Citrus Woman?
Let me see. I did not have a mirror.
Oh.
But we have a costume!
You have a costume!
We have the accessories and it all kind of fits and works together.
Yeah.
It's holding together. So.
Yes,
hey.
and the stars held up for...
Second wear.
Second wear, and those were Eileen spray glue, right? There was nothing special on that.
I like that it was, yes, some fell off, but I was able to stick them back on like stickers, and it didn't damage.
Doesn't damage the shorts.
It does, because these shorts are cheap.
They're junk, yeah.
Halloween costume dress up stuff.
They are disposable.
Yes, but it's not the base, it's the accessories, because I feel like these really just make the whole outfit. Now I just need the bright red. Oh yeah, earrings, not my lemons.
It's all right.
Oh no, Felicia's wearing Joe's costume. That's okay. I'll wear his Gundam.
Right, there you go. Yeah. So Joe wears this to Silicon and you wear the Gundam.
There you go.
There you go. Cool.
Except for I'm not going to Silicon.
No, you're not.
Not this year. But this.
Yeah, 12 cat. I saw that too.
It's time to leave.
12 cat. It is time to leave. George Russell, hi, how are you doing? We're doing pretty good. Unfortunately, we're getting ready to wrap up, but thanks for dropping in, George.
Thank
or
you.
Jorge. The Real Alpha's giving you applause. And then a number of other people are letting you know you look really nice and you look really sexy and wow, and everyone's very happy you came out in the Wonder Woman costume.
The accessories. Like, I just am blown away at how metallic these look. Like,
right?
Freaking Wonder Woman right here. Just look at... I don't know. Little kid me coaching gymnastics is totally geeking out right now. Like,
sweet.
Ready to go vault.
Right on.
Ready, go.
This costume is probably a lot easier to cartwheel in than the Gundam.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, this is what I did gymnastics in, so it's not like crazy to me. So I love it. We did it.
We did it.
Whatever we do next, we'll figure it out. But
yeah, you guys were asking. It is not decided. We got a few weeks to figure it out. In the short term, I need to finish up Mechagodzilla. I need to finish up a couple of other videos. And so, and you've got at least one video to edit, if not two.
Yeah.
And
there's some fun stuff coming
you'll have
up.
access to an empty studio if you want to shoot something else in the next 3 weeks.
Well, that's what
you may not have time to.
Right? Life just kind of comes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny how stars sometimes align.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah. I lost a star. Right here.
Yeah. We saw it fall off.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It needs a fresh... Here, I took this one from my butt.
There you go.
I got a new star. Yeah.
Wonder Felicia.
Oh, remember
hey, Jay Period is here. Cool. I know someone who's the exact size as Felicia and Joe, so if they don't want to wear the Gundam or Wonder Woman. Yes, Jay knows somebody who is totally going to be compatible with any costume that's made to fit you or Joe.
Sweet.
In fact, when they were visiting, they had on the Super Saiyan suit.
No, I love it. I worked at a costume shop.
Yeah.
I dress people up all the time. I'm like, oh, I can make that fit you.
Oh, fit just fine.
Yes, so... We made it through the stream. We made it through this entire...
We actually got a piece of Mechagodzilla done.
Which, honestly, I think is the hardest part, just getting this started and figuring out what this piece was supposed to be shaped like.
And this has got a lot of play in it. I mean, you just doing that now, this has got... It goes from flat to almost 4 inches wide. So
yeah,
there's
so you have movement in it. And then also see how you have this right here on the inside? When you have it all stitched together, you can, if you wanted to... keep that pleat in there and attach it to the one inside piece.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me think about this. Hold on.
Right.
Because it's going to be here. These are all going to be accordions.
Right.
Would they be open and into a piece?
I don't know. Or would you just put them all, fold them down, or fold them
because then that would make the whole piece fold down.
It'll still open up, though. Yeah. But it will make the whole piece fold down.
Or do we make it more to a point and then put those points attached? I think the points.
Yeah, I think coming to a point.
Yeah.
It would be a good point.
So if we still have a ½ an inch to do the seam allowance on this to sew the next piece to the next piece, right? And so then that's going to cut up into this.
Cut up into it. But then open each one up and do a dart for about 2 inches coming out of it.
Yes.
And then all that can be sewn down to a flat piece. Okay.
Exactly. It's sort of like the way you did his crotch. This is still the crotch.
This is still the crotch.
And it really does need to be tapered, and the bulk needs to be removed because it does make a huge difference in fit.
Because I just can't have that much material between my legs. Yeah. I said something to that effect in the video, and people seem to like it. Jack of all trades says, you're off for the next 3 weeks? That means no work for me!
But we will be back, and hopefully you guys will be back too, because we will miss you.
We definitely will miss you. If we can, Joe and I will try to sign on really quick and say hi from the con, but I am absolutely not going to promise that because I do not know what's happening.
Right. Don't know the cell phone reception.
I don't know the cell phone reception.
But if you want to see Odin in real life.
In real life, yeah. Right now, to the best of my knowledge, this is the best I can say. Pretty much, I think it's guaranteed we're going. But we're going to be at Silicon, which is going to be in San Jose this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The following weekend, which is the first weekend of September, I'm going to be right here in Sacramento at SAC Anime, and that's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the following weekend, I'll be in Stockton at the Stockton Arena at Stockton Con, which will just be Saturday and Sunday. And I'll actually have a booth there. So you'll be able to go up onto the promenade and you'll be able to see all the stuff on display.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
You have like Scarlet Witch and stuff like that?
Yes, she's still safe in the box from when she went to Lodi.
Nice. I like that one.
Absolutely.
So I think it's time.
Oh, it's way time. We're 20 minutes over. In fact, the owner of the building has popped up to make sure that we shut up and get out of here. No, that's not what he's saying. But no, definitely. Thank you all very much for hanging out with us today with our super extra. Well, we started a tiny bit late, so we just barely hit the 3-hour mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're here.
We
made it through the stream.
You made it through the stream.
Well, I I came late, so there's that.
I met them.
Oh, they made it.
They made it through the screen. I was making eye contact with them.
Oh, okay. It's not all about me, is it? That's okay.
It's all about you. But see you in just 4 weeks. In just 1 month, we'll be right back here with another live stream of Felicia Makes.
We'll see what we make next time.
Yeah, we'll see what we make next time.
Yeah, give us ideas in the description below. I want to know what we should make.
Yeah, leave a comment with ideas. I know a lot of you have already. So, but thank you all very much.
So, are we over? Is it time to say goodbye?
It's time to say goodbye. Yeah, bye. Where's Fade the Black? Oh, there it is, FTB.